new inventory, and I also had a bunch of packages come in. So I'm really excited about both of those things. We have, I think, pretty solid types. Some of them are going to be include. We have African bracelet money, fascinating. We have an interesting mix of metals. We have some note gelt. We have a lot of world silver. And so I think it'll be fun. There's a lot of directions things can go. We have great Sasanian drams, which are really interesting. Some pretty solid world types. I'm just looking around. We have a lot of Grosso. We have some nicer Indian. We can really move in a bunch of different directions. And as I thumb through and see what's on the docket, I think that it'll be a very fun sale. So let's start off here, and I guess we can just go for it with inventory, but it's always, super important that you let me know what you are looking for. So why don't we just start off here? We have a giveaway on, and a very solid looking 20 kopecks. There's been a lot of popularity around Soviet and Russian types. This one is Tsarist Russia prior to the Soviet Union. You can see in the middle there is the horse that would have been jumping around on wire money, and Riverstone Thomas going to snag that. We have a bunch of different NGC types. Again, put together a wide range, and so have been going live like as often as I can, just so that we have really solid, again, availability of everything people might be interested in. Start out here with a large, beautiful, you can see the eyes of both of the Zoroastrian fire altar attendants, Sasanian dram. You have the moons, cressets pointed outwards, and then Khusro, who's one of the longer standing rulers of the Sasanians, on the front of it. And so, I think it'll be an interesting and engaging mix. Here we actually freshly upload some Notgeld that is going to be less common, but also we can dollar start a little bit of it. This has a beautiful acorn on the front of it. It is a 50 Pfennig coin from Meissen in East Germany, Bad Weichsdorf, and it is, again, 50 Pfennigs. Date these and what mint by the back, Christian? Oh, yeah. Those MDRE are very cool. At $9, Codelius, I think that is a fantastic spot to acquire that at. I'll cross my fingers on this one. We'll see how the bids come in. That is basically a bag of Greek fractions that's just been sitting around for a long time. And they're not in fantastic shape. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Silver Geek. Now I see what you're talking about. We have the mints. I did not have time on those. Really nice one, Blaney, to get them all fully inventoried. So people mention that we can try a little bag of Greek fractions. I was pleased that I had put that together. Why don't we? I think some of these are going to be pretty solid types. And so I'm just picking up some of the examples. It's unique because I really don't want to drop them because it's going to take a while to find. This has a fantastic scorpion on the reverse. If people know what the IDs are, please tell me. Sounds good, infinite tickets, but you can see. I'll look it up live because I probably should have spent the time to get these. These are all 6th to 4th century BC, so super super old. And yeah, this is going to be a very long time. It looks like this actually, if there's a lion on this side, which it kind of looks like there is. Oh, this is actually a pretty well known. Yeah, I was able to immediately find it. It's Carian, 5th century BC. My Lhasa, 450 to 400 BC. So Super interesting. This one looks like a Tenedos Oval. I'm not 100% sure, but that's going to be evident by a very clear face. Man, maybe I should have actually taken the time. I believe that that is a T and an E. So again, very good condition. I believe Tenedos Oval. Similarly, ranging far back from Jesse Tay. It might be something else, but I'm pretty positive that that's what it is. The nice thing is that the detail is phenomenal. That one will go to Tristan. We've got, let's see, this guy. Again, I'm like a little nervous to just run these. Maybe I should have sent them all to grade. You can see what looks like a helmet and an eye and a face. And so, oh, actually, no, there's the face. I believe it is a left facing that looks like Mizia to me. Like little head of Persephone, I guess. And then an Inky's punch with what looks like a tunny, like a little fish. Maybe we find, let's see. Oh, here's one. I always forget what these are. If you know, please tell me. And let's find another giveaway. It has like a little bird on the reverse, like a little, some kind of swan or peacock or something. And then on the front, let's see what that is. I think it's the head of a lion. I think that that's a lion facing right, outstretched mouth. What's going on over time? I figured I wanted to just push myself this week. And so, yeah, a lot of dollar start inventory that I think will be fun. We have a couple of these actually did, that makes, looking at those make me think I should probably just look at that, sit down and take the time from a learning perspective to ID all those. Here we have a Halicarnassus hecte, Ketos, the sea god, on the one side, and a nice Incuse punch on the other. Gravy sounds good. Those are very interesting types. I actually, and I uploaded, you may have bought them before, but I have some of the Satavahana elephants. Let me do these two. And then, but that was a new upload, was more very pretty Satavahana elephants. We've been starting those at 24 with very good success. There you can see again the sea god's head. These are fairly harshly cleaned, but still very interesting. And let me pull the ones that you mentioned after the two in front of us. Halicarnassus Small Town Coins is going to win that one. We'll do another one. This one actually has a little bit better definition, and then we'll pivot over to the 5502 coins. On those, I actually, again, I try to be fairly straightforward about what I paid for something. Like the Satavahana elephants, I think I got a fantastic deal on. The French Indian ones I paid 48 for, and I've sold it, I think 6 of them now, but I've actually just been starting them for 49. They sometimes bid up. I wanted to start them at 55 so that I could try to make that, but since that they seem to have been going around, and they've bid higher than 49. They're very nice looking. 1/5. It's a Fanon, or like a 1/5 rupee. So I feel like that's a fairly fair level to price them at. You have a the inscription on the other side with the year in a Persian. What's going on, HBP? How was the Long Beach show? I was so bummed that I couldn't wait. It wasn't the busiest ever day at work, but it wasn't, a nothing day at work either. Here's another one of these. Again, very, very nice appearance. This one has a fantastic date. Maybe on this one I should have started at 55. But any good particular buys or nothing? Oh yeah, sounds good, Rob. For sure. I think it was $5.99, right? I think that's what our plan was on that one. Let me go find it. This one, Silver Geek, what are you referring to? And we'll do the other two ones, but I would prefer everybody, please do not actually bid on it if you're not Rob. I will cancel it if you're not Rob. He had it was a coin that I'd run a couple of times. It's a little pricier, and people hadn't bid on it. It's a nice elephant denarius, but please don't bid on it if you're not Rob. As much as I theoretically would love to have everybody, Rob and I had been communicating. So thanks for following up on it. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I want to come back and buy that," and then they don't. So, congrats! No, it'll be fun. I think it's great in terms of, as I mentioned, it's a worn coin. That's why it's in the, have all the info on the holder. But it should be the cheapest one available, on the market. So, in the holder. Here's the last two of these. You obviously just sold the other two. Again, not a type that we see all too frequently. Very nice lustrous type, 1730s India, French India, which is less common, with the Persian script. So those ones we'll try, and keep the requests pouring in, everybody. I think these are these, what types are these? Oh, these are the Sikh Empire. So on these, I paid 65, so I'm going 77 on them. It's a tougher type. I've sold most of the ones that I've had, but I bought a couple of more. A little pricier of a rupee, but this is going to be the Anandgar mint. You can see, I believe that's the calendar or the regnal year fairly clearly right there. HPP, let me look because I uploaded some Jettons. Let me see for you. There might be one that that's been hiding here. 1741, 74. If you just type in, I'll just type in 1764. I have a Russian coin. Oh, Infinite. You had asked about that, and I've been terrible to not get that for you. That's going to be our next one that we run. I have a Russian 5 kopek. No, it doesn't look like we have that. 2803. Let me find it, even if it's... I promise accidentally, in this example, ignored it for too long. Oh, this one's actually really, really nice looking. This is a better type. So the Troas Hemiable, definitely, Emdree. There's 12D, very solid. There's a little scratch in the left. Oh no, that was a hair. Super, super solid. Yeah, sounds good, Emdree. I probably look for 54. I paid to have it graded, and the ram's head is fairly strong on there. So I think we'll do that. There's a couple of other French that are just really nice. Some of these are a little later. This one's like part of the First Republic time period, but also, very well. It's still got great condition, great shape on there. And so that one's definitely pretty. French copper, when it's nice, is really fantastic. And I have one that I'm looking at that's going to be a little bit cheaper when it comes up. Not this one, but there's one that's pretty clean if you're looking for something in like the $9 to $15 range. This one, there's a couple scratches on it, but has that BB, should be, apparently is legal in this situation. Louis the 15th. There should be some stuff. If you type in Louis XV, I'm pretty positive I have some Jettons that would be from Louis. So very solid detail there. We'll do the one that I was saying I think is a little more of a budget pick. And then we can do some of the ones. Actually, that's kind of cool, though. This one looks like it has a pretty significant die crack. 1783 is going to be early French, but that does, to me, look like maybe a die crack. And then we have a fantastic older... yeah, but we'll do Louis the 15th after this. There's some Jettons that we could run. We have 55 start this one, man, take a look at this, 1792. got, against a little bit of issues on the reverse, but the detail is really, really solid. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, and this one kind of looks like it's lamination as well, or some kind of like cud. Super interesting. That one will go to the gravy. We can take a side moment for this Troas one. There's also some really nice, slightly tougher to find rulers. On the Sasanian, I had some Paras come in. Sold all 5 in the show the other night, but we have some for today. Here is this hemiobal. Silver pennies, no, that's something that I would love to get my hands on, but I've not found it too easy to find those types. So I'm hoping to come across some nice one there. We'll do Paras after we do. There's 2 Mizia Lampsacus coins. These are like this one's $49. I don't think that it's like the best shape coin that I've sold, but it's got a good, clear Janiform, well-centered heads. And then on the reverse, I think that should be there. You see the bulbous head facing left, I think of Athena. Great to see you, Lord Draco. This one is better looking. Choice fine with scratches on there. This one's probably like a $64 coin, no sudden death, because it could bid up. Very, very solid look to it. Very nice Greek. Lampsacus diable, 2 obols, the value on this one. So, very interesting. And then, let's see. Here, these, we started the last show, we started these at 49 that they were selling, and they summed it up into the 80s. Other times, maybe they'll just go at the start. Not in that last show. But yeah, beautiful earlier Sasanian from the 5th century. Sounds good, Mint Matters. I'd be happy to run some of those. Very good style. Smallwood will be the leader at the start there. I paid on this one $42, so I appreciate it. Making the a very solid about $4 there, and hopefully getting you a good coin for your collection. And sounds good, Rob. Yeah, very solid again. Elaborate crown, an interesting beard. There's 2 Zoroastrian fire altar attendants and the fire altar in the middle. And for Mint Matters, let's run some. A lot of people are excited about, interesting Chinese coins, and so that's what I tried to bring here today as well. I've been reloading these. These just sell out so quickly whenever I have them. First provenance to Taisei auction in Hong Kong. Silver Geek, I should know. I end up just looking online, but the thing is, I have a lot of experience seeing the coins. I like Wild Winds, AC Search. I just bought a copy of Sears' discussion of ancient Greek coinage, and have been learning, though it's a little more tetradrachms and a little less, fractions or some of the types that I've encountered more. This is the other Jin Dynasty. I think these were pretty short reigning because he was only in power for about from like 9 to 23 AD or so. And so the coins, there was a monetary reform, but I don't think that it really went through because he didn't stay in power. That's a good question, though. I'm not sure if there's like a good reference work or reference piece on like Greek fractions. And the thing is, there's also so many different city-states. So, Greek bronzes, you might have some themes on there, but it's ultimately also going to be tough. This one has a nice kind of patina. This one's ex Elson in 2001. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying that there is or there isn't a good book for it, if that makes sense. But doing well, Corey. Doing well. These ones are Ginseng. We got this great collection that I bought. Beautiful Chinese, and so there were some Thai, just a wide range of Asian coins for the most part. And so we're going through the rulers here, trying to sell about 2 from each ruler, not more than that in one show, just so I don't flood the market with them. These were also from a 2001 Elson auction in Belgium. You can see the characters fairly clearly. Nice little type here. And the moment, as you guys have requests, please tell me because I want to go run them for you. This one is, I think, the other one of Shensung. Then we'll do, yeah, this is the second of Shensung. This one's pretty good looking. It looks like very clear characters. And after that, I think there might be the last. No, I guess there's a couple more. The Poltura sounds good, Jesse. I think the Poltura we spent a lot of money on. We spent like 127 on it. It's kind of been sitting for a while, so I won't mind taking a loss. We did well on the overall buy there. But that one's a pricier one, and then the Victoria medal. Let me pull the Victoria medal because I think that one's. I didn't have much in it. Maybe like. Yeah, I'm not exactly. Yeah, I have Boo and Denari. I also have interesting counterfeit Boo that I bought from a Japanese auction firm that are often contemporary. Ancient India new. I have some really nice Ancient Indian stuff. I'm like biased to go run that because it's super pretty. We have Satavahana coins with nice elephants on them. Oh wow, that's all. The nice thing with I feel like in Chinese coins, there's a lot of rarities that are not well documented, and honestly, they would even escape me. No sudden death on these because they bid up. Fantastic looking Satavahana elephant type. Beautiful, low percentage silver Indian coin. These often go nuts in terms of their bidding. I think a lot of people are excited about them whenever I've gotten them in. So, Widow's Mites. I have some that are ungraded. They're not in the nicest of shape. I'm not going to raise the start price for the time being. Beautiful elephant with a great trunk. Yeah, for sure, mint. And there's a little bit more of it that I can run. I just didn't want to. I was like, I'm always cognizant if I run too much in a row. And as I say, as I prepare to offer a good number of Indian, because we have Indian, some of it's ancient, but we also uploaded some of the other like Mughal Empire types. Man, this one looks really sharp. Super nice detail. I love just the strike and overall how they put the coin together. It's one of my nicer examples here. Coin hunter leading. It's all so interesting. It's like to go get like the nicest eye appeal, there can be a big difference in terms of how people are willing to bid and pay for it. I'd say the next one, not that it's bad, but it shouldn't be like it's not going to be 50s to 70s, I would say. Doesn't diminish. It's a very solid elephant portrait. It looks like the one after that honestly could, not, be affordable. I think some of the other ones are going to be more expensive again. Is German States coins? Oh, that's really cool, Silver Geek. I mean, I think the nice thing about numismatics is there's always interesting research that can be, conducted. This one has a bit of a hit, as you can see on it. So I could see this one not bidding up as crazy high, but the lettering is pretty good, and you have most of the elephant. So it is ultimately going to come down to just personal preference, I would say. Infinite tickets, that sounds good. I know there was another one that people had requested. What is that coin? 6130. Just so I can think about it. I think there's 3 left of these. Really pretty. There's a couple, on the Indian front, we could run the last 2 of the Fanons. I think I have some gold Phantoms coming in. Morocco 100 franc. Oh, nice. That would be fun to run. Oh, interesting. Or Monaco, I think, not Morocco, just so you aren't taken by surprise. I wouldn't want you to bid on it, think it was one thing and then it be another. Here's another one. We have 2 more of these. I think I'll just sell the last 2 while we have them. Oh, sweet. Very clear symbols. Decent centering, but often they're struck off center. And then our last one is really nice. It has an off center reverse, but the elephant is really nice. Gravy sounds good. Oh yeah, are those the? A lot of those are like Janny Bag. Those will be a good dollar start. Those are the last ones in my inventory. I brought a decent number. We'll do some of the Janny Bag. I know that there is that metal, and then there's also a couple last Indian types that I'll offer. We have some Nawanagar Doctos. We have, beautiful though example on this one. There is what I was saying in terms of it being off center. Yes, no, that's been very well received and thoughtful of you. And their request was, King Cole. I see that you had mentioned something. If you want to re-request, I'll try to grab it. So we have this exhibition Manchester metal. This one looks pretty nice. Dollar start without a sudden death. I mean, a couple of little rim hits, but it's a very, very solid older metal, dated to 1857 on the bottom. Obviously could have been struck a little after then. Is it the Grana or whatever? And so Codelius, that's a good price. Not too expensive on that one. Here's the 100 francs Prince Rainier. I'm going to give myself 20 seconds so that I can look up the silver and probably complain. Melt value in here is $36.75, so we're right at melt, but doesn't mean that it'll be above or below. That one will go to gravy. I think there had been a request for WX1299 and Co. These I've started in like the 12 range and sold out about 100 at this point, but we have the last like 8 or so. These are going to be, that is a West African Manila bracelet money coin. Numista's awesome. I've talked to Xavier, who's the owner of it, and he's a really nice guy. We once collaborated on trying to get my college's numismatic library like uploaded with Numista, but ultimately it was fairly challenging and they didn't really make the progress they were hoping for. Yeah, I think it would be like I've heard them mostly be referred to as like Manila money, and or bracelet money. This one has very solid eye appeal, though a bit of incrustation on this side. And I'm trying to just look around here and think what some of the other cool types that I brought might include. There should be some pretty solid Mughal. I bought a bunch of them for. Well, this one has good detail as well, but I bought a bunch for 16. I sold some to another whatnotter for 18, and then I've been offering them starting at 20 here, and they've basically all bid up from there. But That sounds good. We'll run through these. AE, are those the Hungarian silver Parvis coins or something else? I'll look it up in the background here, but AE 45073. Ooh, the Kashan. Yes, those are the great $44 starts. Yeah, those are cool. All right, there's 3 more of these after this, then we'll go to the Kashan. Those have been really, they're pretty coins. Well preserved. Yeah, very solid examples though. And you could, I think Janny Beg or similar is going to be the first place to look. We have some other similar like offshoots of these types. The Neros, yes, I did I re-upload them? I thought I did. I know I re-uploaded the Pruda. Yeah, they're a little bit, I figured them out. I think I did sell you, or no, I forget who won it, but whoever won it, I lost a little bit on it. It wasn't like a horrible outcome. But it was funny. Yeah, I have them in here. They're probably like 139, 149 starts, which is a decent premium in terms of, they'd be pretty profitable for me. But I want to explain that, I want to be upfront, or I try to be upfront about that. So they're not like cheap ones. I just want to call that out ahead of running them. And then we've got the Soder Magus. Let me see where those guys are. They're really cool. And then we also have the remnants of the Toledos. I think that there are 4 of these Soder Magus that I'd uploaded today at that 44 start. And we'll just let them rip. These would have been, I think, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan. They would have, the Kushans, that was the dominant around after the Indo-Scythians, call it, or in the mid, I think the first big ruler would have been like 55 to 105 was when he was primarily striking items. And so, these are very nice types. I have a total after this one of 2 more remaining here. Sounds good, Artemis. Please keep requesting those. I think they're sitting under this pile of coins. Maybe I can pull it though. If I'm good here. I think I got them. And then I mentioned we would run the other 2 that we have. Smallwood took that one. Here is, I don't know exactly their silver purity. I don't want to mislead you. There's also nice Parthian and Gondopharid coins that would be included in this mix. We also have a couple of the Spanish dineros, but let's do the last of the Soder Magus for this evening's auction. I have a handful left. And then, no problem. Not that I don't think that you paid like nothing for the coin, but I think I'd get very similar if I offered it in another sale. So, I feel like sometimes I'll get a little irritated if I felt like there was a good amount of excitement and then somebody's payment doesn't go through. But even then, it is what it is. This is $22.73 of melt. I think then I'll probably start it for 25. The last, so that I basically get melt for it. It would cost me a lot more to replace it. 1870A 2 franc coin. Very nice series 2 francs. I'll offer all of them. This is probably the nicest. That one's going to go to the gravy. I would say this is nicer than the next one. Normally, I try to go pretty quick, and I'll tell you on a quick glance like how I'm doing now. But this is nicer than the next one, and this is fairly worn. But the next one also a good bit worn. I would say this portrait's a little bit better. Shane Holmes in the lead. HTC, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. I wish I had those 5 still, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of requests for those. We can try an earlier Swiss one as well. Those are those three. This one is going to be a 2 franc coin of 1931, the Swiss. Very consistent design that I've always enjoyed. And then there's some more of I think there's some Mughal ones that I had brought. Have been fairly popular recently. These would have been struck by the Rajas of Baglana in the name of Akbar the Great, very well known. Huh, did I not upload those? Oh man, I guess I didn't. Well, that stinks. I was pretty excited about those. Let me try, where else are some of the decent mix that I had uploaded? We have only a couple of the Nawanagar Docto types. We also have some interesting Nepali coins, but here are the two Doctos, I guess. Buck Start, very popular last night. These are Jaisalmer, the city of. They often have like almost like square type patterns in them, similar to what you're seeing there. That one will go to Shane Holmes, and then here's the other one. Only brought two of these here. And then the Nepali coins that we have are pretty good looking as well. So that one is great. Gravy is in the lead. I'm super excited to eventually be more active on the show circuit. These are going to be Prithvi Vikram Shah Nepali coins. These are actually in very solid eye appeal. Looks like slightly machine doubled, and there is the year down below. These would have been struck 1891 to 1907. And dang, this one's going for a real limited amount. Obviously, I had given a little more than that. We'll see if people want this one. Possibly not good eye appeal here. And so, yeah, fantastic year and detail on that one. Mint Matters in the lead. What's going on, Polo Pal? How are you? Glad to see you in chat. I don't know if I should say or not. This one is fantastic looking. I don't know if it's like a commemorative type or, slightly out of the year. I basically bought this whole collection with this as the label for what the coins were. This may be slightly different. I'm not exactly sure. Better condition. Shane Holmes, I don't know. I'd be curious to learn more about that specific ID right there. We've got, I think, a total of, the next one is fairly worn, just as a call out. Maybe it probably indicates that it has been in circulation for longer, so I would not be shocked at all if that year at the bottom, again, those are 4 years. It's actually not a bad thing to learn the Nepali, like, I guess, calendar and script for their identification purposes. And then there's a couple of Chinese and Vietnamese coins on my desk that I can also dollar start. Is there a giveaway on? Yes, fantastic. We just try to offer people, good types. And I try to do as much dollar start as I can. Obviously, sometimes it's going to hurt real bad and then I have to shift away, but it's always more fun to buck and go stuff than not. And so here's the last of these Nepali paisas from Veer Vikram Shah. The German 10 mark, is that a porcelain coin, D? If it's a small porcelain, we can start at 14. If it's a big one, we'll do 24. Carly 2. Let me know what the question is. I might not be able to answer it. But I would say the biggest investment for me, it's not my main job. I have a different day job, but I just have a ton of fun doing it, and I've kept that money in there. I would say my first shows, I had maybe 10K of inventory. And And that had been the result of me being a collector, and I still am a collector. But I also am now like a collector dealer. Oh, wonderful, Rob. Thanks. And so, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I think now I have a little bit of a luxury in that I can carry a larger inventory and then bring a bunch of different types of coins to shows. Whereas before it would be a little less, having something for everybody. But there were many, I remember I would do like a 600 coin show I once did. And I think I made like $1 a coin, $1.50 a coin, and packed it up. My first show, it took me 16 hours to pack because I was really new at it. Mike Addy, no, we have some of the East India Company coins. So I think those could be pretty interesting to you. We have some ancient Indian silver as well. The Carl Zeiss. Oh, sure. I actually haven't priced that out. I'm not exactly sure. What do you think would be fair on it? Here we have some Hong Kong Ban Liang cash coins. So yeah, I would say that it's entirely built on sweat. Have not taken any debt or outside investment. It's just been tons of hours. And so, there's been some missteps along the way. I've lost expensive packages. I've had all types of challenges, late, stressful nights, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it for me. That one is going to go to the gravy. I think we have two more. We also have some really interesting. This one's more worn. I'll show the other ones, but I think that you guys are going to be fascinated. The collector that I bought this collection from, I am married. Yeah, Shane. My wife is currently on a business trip. That's why I'm doing lots of nighttime auctions because she's out of the house. And I was like, coin auctions sound pretty fun to me. Yeah, exactly. It's for sure. No, it's great. But yeah, let me pull some of these magnificent. I honestly don't know exactly what this is, but this was with this collection. There were a couple of these. They were in the group that I bought as these Ban Liang coins. Wait, did these not get uploaded? That is worth uploading. Give me a second here. Let me put on the giveaway. And it's these like really interesting old, like European style collections. So cool. Let me just snag the. Put those in the upload. What did I do with the Mughal coins as well? Let me just pull those quickly. WY55, WX55. We can do a couple more Nawanagar Doctos, I guess. Or some of the Jaisalmer Paces if there's interest. But I mostly want to snag the remainders of the Mahmudis. Give me a sec here, everybody. Sorry for going a little bit slow, but we have to get those offered because I thought that was like the coolest new inventory. Should have started with those. Yeah, I forgot about them until just now. So let me just hit upload there, and we'll get closer to offering them. I'm gonna wait for it all to upload. And then we can go for it. Let's try these. I think are really cool. There could be a couple broken ones. I don't think that there are on any of these. We'll just do dollar start, but without a sudden death. Very interesting, like Ban Liang. Looks like there's 12 coins right there. I guess I said, or no, 11 coins. Like very intricately placed in. Very thin. I can't tell if it's different varieties. There's certainly different sizes. but something interesting, and really, really cool. Not sure the tons of the significance on them, and I'm like debating. It may not be smart for me to offer them all at once. We can maybe try another one. That was around, ultimately in terms of dollars per coin, not crazy, but these are often a lot thinner or smaller than, but it's all different types of sizes again. So the owl tetras, they're all fairly circulated, I would say. Don't want to mislead you there. I'd be happy to try to find one, see what it would bring. Always is fun and interesting. That one will go to mint. And then we have some smaller ones as well. Very, very interesting types. Again, these ones are smaller. But yeah, fantastic. They were in the Ban Liang. I'm not exactly sure in terms of the detail. I mean, I feel like they're good research pieces. I don't know if they were used in like putting together different size charts or a catalog or something. I have no idea. But I was excited to. Yeah, we should have some Roman. Are you looking for denarii? I probably have graded ones with grades in like the 94 for VF to 139 for choice VF, and then a couple more expensive ones. And then I also have, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these left. I feel like maybe I'll just keep offering them. The last one only has 2 cash coins on it. AE 40-07. I will work on finding that. Oh yeah, that's a nice coin. Very, very cool. And I like how there's different like crystallization or whatever on them as well. Here we've got nice Ban Liang cash type. Double denarii. I sold a bunch yesterday, but I'd be surprised if we don't. Yeah, we actually have some double denarii with Hoard provenance, which is really cool. Those are a little pricier because the Hoard provenance is very sought after. From the South Petherton Hoard. There's also a handful of other ones. This is now 7. One of these is broken, I believe. I think it's that one. It looks intact, but there is a broken one on that one. These look to be smaller size. And Dalen, that's funny. Maybe I'll do one. I never seem to be too successful. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not a guarantee for me when I buck and go. I'll put it that way. We'll do. Here's the last one. It's just a little 2-coiner. I don't know why these didn't end up not in one of these holders. Maybe we can dollar start it. We've sold a bunch of them in the 80s, so that's why I was suggesting that start price. Of course, Jesse. It might be some of these. It could be some. There's some Indian, some of the Jaisalmer Doktas. I think I was like, but then there's also some of the Note Geld. Shane Holmes going to win that last one. Let's see. This is again 7,564 of these were discovered by George Hughes in 2013, a metal detectorist in England. And so fantastic shape, Victorinus. Double denarius with a really nice reverse. It's been graded XF. It looks like a V mark. And then that P and A and X, that's going to be Pax. The ruler on this coin should have some stretch above 51. Dalen, you owe me like $30. But, fantastic win for Codelius. Silly Dalen. That was not a very good idea. I have a couple of Widow's Mites. This one is going to be an Alexandrian tetradrachm. Yeah, Dalen needs to go to I don't know where. I was gonna say getting me in trouble jail, but Dalen got me in a little trouble there. That's okay. Um, sometimes you take a L and you could live to tell the tale. If we want more of those, it's gonna be more. Um, we have I think a couple of the doctors. There's a couple the mites. I'm gonna try to buy more nice ones. These are all pretty good looking. I do not think that this is necessarily Bronze disease. I don't even know where the guy thinks he saw them. I bought these 4 from somebody who said that they had them. I did not clean them or anything. Um, so all dollars start them. I said possible Bronze disease just in case, but I don't think that green patina is. It's a very, very nice anchor on the coin. Should be Alexander Janaeus. Hasmonean Dynasty. I used a very generic ID, but it should be 103 to 76 BC. I'm sure on this, there's 4 of them here. Let me see. I'm like, where? Show me the BD. Let's try this one. This one's nice. You have the star on the one side, and then you have that anchor on the other. Very clear as well. You know what? Maybe there's a maybe. I don't. Maybe that's just green patina though. But I will call that out. The rest of the coin is fantastic. Could probably be, if you can conserve coins well. We'll take a close look. I think the one down there is the only one. The last one is the only possible one. Or actually, that one, I mean, it's possible, but this one just looks a little more worn to me. Take a close look so you can see all sides of it. It's a mite. Looks like there's a star on it. Cody gonna win that one. I think this one does have a speck of Bronze disease. So I might not touch it. But honestly, does it? It has a great star. This is, I think, the last. Well, we have some Pontius Pilate mites. Those are going to be pricey though. Those will be like $89. That's where I think there could be a little green on the side, but the detail on the coin, right there especially, is quite nice. Mike gonna win that one. These are interesting. So I bought these from a Japanese auction house that I normally buy my boo from, and they said that these coins they believe to be counterfeits that were struck as early as circulating alongside them. They said they're typically made of silver. They would have been made to try to circulate, but there are some modern ones, and I just want to be do full disclosure on them before I sell them. So that's what these are a reference piece, contemporary counterfeit, or possibly more modern, unknown purity boo coins. They're pretty interesting. I paid right around what they bid for. Maybe I'll do one more and we can pivot to something else, but it's a different. Any Roman Republic should have some Roman Republic. Yeah, maybe we'll do this one, then we can find the ones in back of us. Again, counterfeit reference piece boo. We'll do the ones in back of us. We can circle back to a few of these. There's some of the nice Spain dineros, $44. These are medieval silver coins of Alfonso the Eighth. Dalen, not a lot. That was a bad suggestion earlier. As nice as if you want to, you should fucking go your collection. I feel like I fucking go, and probably most of the coins I've tried today. I think I have 4 more of these, I've had 4. I've sold 2 of them. I'll do the last two after this in my inventory. Definitely, Corey. Should be getting a couple more of those in that are raw. So I'm looking forward. I ran out of the graded ones. Actually, maybe I have like. I think I'm all out though. I think I'm out of them. Codelius in the lead. You can see actually decent, like I think eye and on the head there. Very nice looking. I believe so. It's it's not 100% clear in terms of. I know that there's some scholarly debate as to if it's definitely, but I think that it was like two of the low value Judean coins were what the widow, donates, and as in a symbol of generosity. Here's the last one of these that I have in my inventory. Very nice look to it. And so, it's viewed as it's like her last dollars that she's being generous with, and I believe Jesus uses that example to show. And again, I want to call it, these are going to be, this one right here is going to be a reference piece. It's from the auction firm that I buy all the genuine ones from. And they had identified these to me as interesting, that they are imitations originating as early as the Edo period, possibly with later reproductions, generally made of silver, but that can vary. So that's why I have AEBIAR. I don't know exactly. I sold the one Caesar denarius I brought Stogie, but again, it's if it is silver, it's generally lower than that of the official issues. Again, just want to be full disclosure on that. This is, it's not a boo that would have been, more. It's not a genuine silver boo struck by the government. Like in this one, you can see it probably would have tried to circulate alongside it, but the technique is not quite there. It's a little bit mushy details. It just doesn't quite have that proper appearance. So the auction firm, it's similar to, like, I think Americans collect often counterfeit bust halves. There's some really interesting examples of those, and so I feel like that's a pretty good comp in terms of something like this one. Looks like it got tested actually. People would have drilled into it because they say, like I would say on this, the suspicious thing is that the stars are a bit uneven. They're a little bit too like punched up, and so somebody would have said, "I don't know if this coin is real. I'm going to test it." And it's really cool to have that history. So it's yeah, I don't know either. I mean, maybe it would have been, I'm not an expert on these types, but they're, I see them come up less frequently than the, than just regular ones. So I was pretty excited to take a swing at them, and I got them. So we have two more. But yeah, I just want to be very clear that that's what we're working with here are these reference piece types. And I think next we should do some of the non-reference pieces. I think that those would be interesting as well. I may have a Caesar denarius as early as this week. So if you check back, there's the Manila bracelet money. Why don't we try? I pulled the Mughal coins, and then I'm trying to think. Like, I would love some inspiration in terms of what I should make our next coin be. A couple different directions I can go with the show. But after the Mughal ones, we have some of the nice Doctos that have been, at this point, I had more in the past, but I've sold them down pretty well. And so some of the remaining ones are really just good looking types. The golden colored rupee, so that is a Sikh rupee. I know that at one point people were very interested, bought me out of them. I only have a couple left, but they're a little more expensive. They're not like super cheap items, and so that's where I think that came in. Here is a Jaisalmer. They have these like interesting square patterns. Oh yeah, W and the Ghaznavid. Sure, let's pull some of the Ghaznavid. I'll do the 3 Dodia Paces. The Ghaznavid, I think it's 11. Oh, we have an Emirs of Kunduz, which are pretty nice. There's the Ghaznavid coins. Actually, there's a good number of them. Nice one for the gravy. We'll do one more, then we'll do... Okay, I have to get in order here. That one has a really nice pattern on it. But let's then try the Ghaznavid coins. The rupee, I paid 65, so I'd look for 77. And then let me pull that one for Imperator, who's requested AD 69, 1707. Oh, you know what? I think I just uploaded that coin right before the show started, and so these ones should actually bid decently. It's 999 to 103 to 1030. Excuse me, on these Mahmud silver dirhams, broad dirhams. Getting to where I've in the past started them like in the teens, so I think that's Night Owl a good win. I should probably keep them there. This one is very good eye appeal. We'll start this at 14 bucks. Very good eye appeal example. Alexander the Great, that's not too expensive. Not really. I think we had some that sold. And there is a pretty good premium for those in NGC holders. So I think that my plan will be to get them in NGC slabs. Here we have a nice Durham. Super solid looking. And the Manila, I was thinking of dollar starting it. I feel like it's a proto money that should go fairly high. It's not a type that I got in. The dealer that I bought it from, I was shocked that they had any because I feel like they're hard to find. And I think I bought the 14 that they had in stock, and was pleased that I landed them. Gravy's going to snag that one. I think that we're running towards, I think that there might be about 3 more left, but I could be overestimating or underestimating that. This one has very solid lettering. Sounds good. I'll run it after. I think that there's that new Denarius that I had just uploaded that was requested. We can run the golden rupee if people want it. And then... Oh, yes. Sorry, man. I've been bad about that. I think the problem is it's like right under some of this. I think there it is. Yeah, that one looks really nice. It's probably like a 129 start, 1777, real good looking coin. And then I think this is our last one of these. There's some other interesting similar types, but yeah, this is our last of the WX88 Ghaznavid Durhams. I think I have a couple left still in my inventory elsewhere, but interesting, fairly worn flat flan. And that one will stay with me, which is very okay. Let's try this Emilius. Probably like a 69 bucks start. Lepidus. This is BC Silver of the Roman Republic. There we have the trophy. And then there is the obverse. I think a touch, the surfaces are a little muddy, but I think pretty nice eye appeal, and I think a fairly reasonable price on that one. Didn't quite get it going, which is very okay. Next up, we've had the well-requested, I think this is 124, then we'll do the Manila bracelet money. Let's see, 124 Bayon Mint. Of course, Imperator has a nice patina as well. And that is going to be King Louis the 16th. We also have, there's Ilkanate coins that I will call out. We'll do this Manila money right here. Dollar start, because why not? But this one is a better type. Fairly large as well. There we have it. Don't get these in all the time, so always excited when I do. This one's about, similar to like the size of my palm. I make a couple bucks at 41. I think I have a handful of others. We could 39 start. I don't want to let them go much below that, I would say. I also have some metals. I think that there are either 2 or 3 more. I think I uploaded 4 today. Let's see. In case other people would like them while they're available. Yeah, these are like really much bigger Celtic bracelets. Fairly large, and we can always pivot back. And then we have a couple holdered like so. We've got 2 of the Doktas. Oh, these are very, very fun eye appeal examples. This one has a very nice pattern that is well struck into that one. We also have, again, Sasanian drams that I could pull for us that are in pretty good shape. We have some of the Ilkanates. We have some of the Hungarian Parvis coins. We have some of the Arab Shahid coins. I've sold a lot of these Sasanian Khusro types. This is nice because you have the kind of any more. Yeah, should have some more Greek fractions. Are you looking for ones in holders or those ones tailing off a little bit, or like the on-screen ones? Beautiful style on this Sasanian dram. You have, I believe, the mint right there, and then a beautiful. You can see both of the eyes super clearly. The on-screen sounds good. I will do that. Maybe I'll jump out the Paras. Yeah, sure. Those were really popular when I brought them out the other night. Let's see, where did I put them? I sold. There's also some tin Bazarucos that are really fun. These ones went crazy. I paid on those last ones. I paid $35.25. On these, I paid $42 plus a little bit of shipping. So I've been trying to get, kind of that $3-4 profit at 49. They're pretty nice looking, as shown. Yeah, we do have some of those, executive. Shane is going to snag that one. We've got, I think that we already sold 1. So now we've sold 2. I think that there are 3 left in terms of the quantities for this evening. This one looks pretty nice. Yeah, nice compact flan. And let me pull the other. So there's the Chinese ones. Yeah, I think it kind of depends. I know that there's different regulations. I mean, I buy vast majority of my stuff from the U.S. So it all depends. But I've been looking into that a little more because I know some of my friends, have been really frustrated. Here we see very nice Sweet Song. And then JM42508, nice win. Mint Matters, congrats. Right here we have very nice detail in this Shensung. And then let's find the AD53, and then we'll do some of the on-screen fractions. Oh yeah, that one's a pretty coin. Nice win for Jay Dizzle. We've got a couple good Vietnamese ones. This is going to be an Italica. This is a really cool type. It's fairly worn, but I'll still start for 39. No sudden death. This is around 2 BC or a little bit after, a Spanish Roman provincial showing Augustus on the front, bronze coin. Heiss from a nice. There's the collector flip that accompanies it. Smallwood Johnson going to be the winner on that one. Then I mentioned some of the on-screen fractions that we can run. Here is, I'll do my best to ID them, but I'm not an expert at their IDs. That one, tell me if you know what it is. It's like a tiny little fractional. I think that's like a head facing. It reminds me a little bit of the Macedonian Skyone type. I don't think that's it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's like a little dolphin or I don't know. If somebody knows what it is, though, please tell us. Ink use reverse. Bullmark will win that one. Let's see. This one is going to be a Cappadocian Dram. That's kind of cool. I think it's Ario Barzani. No, I think it's I think it's Ariarathes. Like this is first century. It's not really a fraction, but it's first century silver dram. Just pretty worn condition. That's the issue with it. But I think it's 52 to 42 BC. I could be wrong about that. Nice win. Let's see what the next pull is going to be. What is that? It looks like it's a little like bird facing right. There's the body of the bird, like, and then there's the little head. And then on this side, I think it's Ionia Miletus. I think that's the bottom of a lion facing to the left. $13 is real solid. And then let's see what this thing is. No idea. Is this one of the this could be like Lydian? Is it the two heads facing each other? I'm not sure. It might be though, like two lion heads facing each other. With then an ink use punch on this side, I'm not really sure. I think there's also a lot of forays. Yeah, they're really tiny, and I don't know much about their identification or them generally. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, so I don't want to represent it as something it's not. Let's see, right here we've got, this is actually not a Greek fraction, so just to call that out, if you're bidding on it, this is Roman provincial. I think it's like a hemidram, maybe. Tell me if you think, is that Hadrian? I think it's 2nd century AD. Little silver. That one will go to Gemini. Let's see what else we have here. This one there, you can see a pretty good, well-detailed little head there. I think the old one is going to be Ario Barzani's, but I don't think this new one is, unless I'm very mistaken. That looks like maybe a Mysian type. You can see the eye and the nose and everything. Oh, yeah. Ario Barzan's the third. Yeah, is he the one who's 52 to 42? But yeah, very nice detail. That one will be headed to Bullmark. Man, some of these are pretty worn. Just as a heads up. Like, what is that coin? No idea what this one is. A little bit larger. But yeah, I'm very unsure. Oh, you know what? I think that kind of looks like... Is that... No, I don't want to say. anything in case I'm wrong. I want to avoid like doing too much speculative guessing. Like this one, based off the ink use on the back, I think is like maybe Ionia, some kind of little fraction. What's going on, Rifkin? Yeah, I'm up late. I'm thinking that this one is an Ionian little like obol because you can see that stellate on the reverse. Rob's gonna snag it for $2, but it's not as late as it would be if it was on the East Coast, I guess. Here's another little fraction. I think. Tell me what you guys think. It's all pretty rapid. I think this one. I have no idea what it is. I really don't. There's some little fraction. How is your day going, David? I've been having a good one. It's kind of relaxing. That one will go to Rob. Looks like we have, let's see. Maybe we sudden death some of these guys. That one, I think, that one looks like a little, like some kind of animal with its mouth outstretched to the left. This one is sudden death, so it's not extending like the prior. That one's actually pretty solid looking. And, oh, nice. Well, hopefully I contributed somewhat meaningfully to that. This one, oh no, I did drop it into the abyss. Good foreshadowing there. I'm not sure if this is a silver fraction. It may just be a bronze. It looks like there's a little, is that like a Loranda type? It looks like there's like a wolf prancing to the right. That's funny, Smallwood. Watch out. I'll hope to make it continue to happen. Thank you again for the offers. This one I've got, again, no idea what this, it's pretty worn. Just stuff that has piled up. This one is, again, not a Greek. This is not silver. It's some little bronze, and it might not even be Greek. But it looks cool. It looks like a S or an L and a T, and it's somebody on a horseback. Little bronze. Actually, very good detail. It looks like a little portrait of Zeus on that side. That one I think is a great win for whoever gets it. Don't have any Geigers. I think whoever won that one's going to do well with it. Here's another fraction. Oh, interesting. Those Quinary are fun. Yeah, for sure, Holex. I'll go find it. There's only 3 fractions left here. We've got, let's see, what's that? And then we'll run something else. Similar, like little animal motif maybe with an upside down head there. Nice win for Bullmark. Then last but not least, we've got these things are small. That one actually looks pretty decent though. Is it like a Mizian Lampsacus type? Oh no, there's the lion's head. That should be some kind of Ionian. Ooh, with a very nice other side. Maybe that should have gone to grading. You can see the boar and its head and its like mane. Really nice fraction there. Good one to end on. M3, nice win. We'll see if I can find the fraction bin for my next auction as well, which technically is slated for tomorrow, but I'm thinking now of pushing that back and making it like a Sunday evening situation, so stay tuned. But yeah, there's some nice dollar start Chinese after the requests that built up while we ran those, call it 5 or 6 minutes of fractions. There's also some good Moogle coins. The Ancient, you're looking for a shoe? That might be me. I have shoe, I have boo. I have some other requests ahead of it, but keep hitting me up about it. Let's find for Hololex WW92-62-01. WW92, let me keep on trying to find it. There it is. I think they're like about 39 bucks starts. Beautiful Swiss silver in great condition. We'll leave a small extended bid on. Very nice. 5 rate. What's going on, JP? How are you doing? What coin were you looking for? I'm forgetting it just a little bit here. There's been some requests around shoe. There's been some requests around very, very nice. Awesome. There's also some really cool Japanese bean money. I have to plug those because they're as cool as they sound. They are imitations. A cartwheel. I think maybe I do have some left. Because I was gonna say I thought that I was out, but I might actually not be. I also similarly thought that I was out of these guys. Why don't we? These are genuine. I'd sold some interesting contemporary or possibly more modern reference piece counterfeits. These are not counterfeits. Oh, nice, Jakes. Very beautiful, nice condition. And I've brought 2 of these today. Tell me the skew on the. You need the fraction. Well, come back. I'll try to prep more for the next sale that I run. It also tempts me. I'm like, I should be able to tell you every one of those off the top of my head. This one looks nice. The booze will start at 34 and likely bid up fairly easily from there. The beans are a little pricier than that even. And then we do have some of the 100 mon. Very pretty shoe though, in good shape. That one will go to the gravy. We've got, let's see, this is one of the Tokugawa, and these are also reasonably large for the type. I've been trying to buy like as many as I can get my hands on. We'll go 35. They should bid up from there a little bit, but nice appearance. This would have bridged the gap between like a silver shoe and a copper mon coin. Yeah, we got lots of BC stuff. JP Music. Blaney in the lead at the moment. And we'll stick with the 35 win, which I don't think that they're super easily found above that. Let me try to find another one. This one is going to be -17. 35 bucks. Then we'll do some of the boo if there's interest. Bosporus, yeah, for sure. Let's try some of the Bosporan coins. Very nice. Again, stamps on these guys. 8.39 gram example. I'm not sure which were the Bosporan types. Yeah, I do have owls. We got multiple today. We have Sasanian types. I'm not sure exactly where that one is. These are going to be Bosporan. Very nice style. You can see the pan. That PAN is on the bottom of this coin. NGC's got it in the slab, but you can see the arrow and then that P in Greek, AN, pan for Panticapaeum. And then a very nice obverse portrait. Not a type that you're going to see tons of. Mint Matter is going to scoop tonight's giveaway, which is, some kind of interesting example. This one, nice win for Gravy. This one is under Mithridates VI, who's a very powerful ruler. We have some Phrases coins as well. I'll call that out. This one's a little pricier, 49 bucks. Fantastic star. 109 to 105 BC. Very specific dating on these ones. And then there is a tripod on the reverse. Yes, exactly. We also have some coins. They're really cool from that were the first time you actually see Crimea on a coin. I think that they're all golden Hoard types. Here's a Pantacapam with beautiful, I think it's caps of the Dioscuri. I'd be shocked if it was anything else. PAN AE3802. Let's see what that one is. Oh yeah, a little Pontius Pilate coin. It's probably like a $79 start, but yeah, fantastic caps of the Dioscuri. And man, those ones all I think went for not a crazy range. Let's see, AE3802. Little Pontius Pilate example. This one is specifically the later year, 31 to 32 AD. I think that would have been, I think this wasn't Christ in 33 AD crucified. So this possibly would have been circulating around his time. There's the Litus, and then there is the reverse. Very solid shape. Just trying to pass it along to a new owner, make a couple bucks in between there. Yeah, congratulations and very nice win. Here are these guys. I'd mentioned I offered a couple at 20 and they had all gone. I wholesaled a bunch to another whatnotter for $18. I paid 16. And so yeah, they're nice types. Morgan, I don't have any of those Morgans. Those are going to trade close. That will be actually at the $20 level. We'll do another one. These are going to be struck in the Mulher Mint. Very solid looking, and not surprised to see a little bit of action go back and forth on these. The wreath, Coin Hunter, it had the Litus, if that was what you were wondering. Definitely did. There's two different types of Pruda. I would say that I think of the one with the Litus as the more popular one, and that was that one. There's some of the other ones, and I should know the specific term and everything for what they deem those to be. I can pull it though quickly and show. Graded BC coins, I've got lots of them, JP. You can type in BC in the auction tab and see what looks interesting to you. Here's the wreath. You can see the lettering. There's the wreath, and then there's the little curl at the top of it. And then here we've got, we'll do the last two of these that I have. We have more of the Chinese, more of, let's see, we have a couple of the Freitasses types. Let's see what the other ones. We have a very interesting Polemo Bosporus type. It looks like there's three more Bosporus coins actually. Thomas Fiss, and then our last one on the Mulher Mint that's very nice looking actually. Good example. We have more Bosporus. We also have some like medieval Uzbek coins, which are really interesting, of the Arab Shahids. And I maybe will dollar start those guys. Bill and Tankas. No shekels. No shekels. Here I've got a half Tanka. We'll dollar start this guy. This is going to be silver, but possibly slightly lower grade. 1558 to 1602 medieval Uzbek Arab Shahid. I think it's post like Shayabanid. Maybe dollar starting this one was not my smartest move. We'll go at a price where I would make a buck or two, which would be like a $13 start on the last one. They come often off center. You can see elegant script on them. An interesting type, but they're often, as you can see, struck off center, bit crude. And let's see, after that, we've got some of the Boo. We have, this one is going to be a Probus Aurelianus. We'll get a nice, oh, and then we have the Crimean ones that I was just talking about in silver, and then we have the, there's also, I had forgotten kind of to reintroduce the Bosporus ones that I had briefly mentioned. That one will go to Allie. These are the ones that are Crimean. under Toktamish of the Golden Hoard. So similar, a little bit later, but they actually have that cream, QRIM, written out, 1376 to 1395. On the Nepal Mohar, I think it's like 29 bucks or so. If I remember, there's a collection of them that I have that's a little pricier that I paid like in the mid 40s or something. So I think I'm asking like 54, 59 bucks. Here's the other one that I brought. Oh, you got the Licinius. He's interesting. He was initially a co-ruler because the Roman Empire had split up at that point. With Constantine the Great, but then Constantine the Great kind of makes it up and accuses him of trespassing, basically so that he can take him down. And that's what happens to Licinius and Licinius II. This is going to be a Jireh Khan's, Mengli Jireh, in his second year, the Beshlet coin of the Sarai Mint, I believe in modern-day Russia, but also Islamic Russia. It's like later Islamic script being used within Russia, which I think is kind of curious from a historical perspective. And then I don't know if you guys have seen these. I've sold 6 of them this week. Very interesting. These are like, I paid in the 20s for them, low 20s, 27 bucks is where I'm starting these. They have an armillary sphere. These are tin dineros of the Portuguese Malacca. And you can see again, there's that sphere. And then right here you have the B and the A. These are very interesting types. Gravy is going to win that first one. And I mentioned I have a couple of them. This one, they come in all shapes and sizes. I love that it's not like an extremely standardized production standard. These would have been Sebastião. The first, I believe, Malacca is modern day Malaysia. But it's going to be somewhere in Southeast Asia, and I think Portugal had a claim there for about, like colonial claim for around 100, maybe to 140 years, something like that. Mint Matters, going to pick up that one. Here, again, I love how they have, like, these are not perfectly struck coins. Are the collection pieces in better condition? Yeah, the ones, I think it's like the Nicholas Rhodes collection or something like that. They are going to be a little bit nicer shape, but a lot more expensive. But I think that they're also all different years. So it's not like you're competing on the same coin type. I think it's fairly different rulers. That one actually looks a little bit better shape. I know, doesn't it have that like fun feeling to it? I really like it. They're also, I paid 18 bucks for these next ones and these, and then we can do, but they're pretty good looking. When I ran them at 24 the last night, they all sold out. Or that was on, I think, Saturday. These are Ilkhanate tube dirhams from the Shabankara Mint. Very nice script in terms of how well it's struck up. Fairly well centered with this kind of patterned. These are not Shipwreck coins, TM Molly. I do have some Shipwreck coins. We've got some of the Admiral Gardner East India types. Let's see. We have some of the Parvis as well. There's some coins that somehow got upside down back there. Let me see what's going on. These coins are being crazy. There are some of the Hungarian Parvis, but there was a request, I believe, around the Mohars. Oh, AE 3801, sure. And sorry, I'm just going in terms of what's right in front of me. I know that I can pull that one real quick. These are not like incredible shape. No sudden death, though. This is a Pontius Pilate Pruta. Worn on that side, but you can see the litus fairly well. And nice that you also apparently have the date, so it's 30 to 31. And then, let's see, we had talked about WY 1904 102. Yeah, let's run that porcelain coin. We could use $1 start to get us back in the game here with a sudden death. Fantastic eagle. Let's find a giveaway as well. This one should be fairly popular. Mint Matters. Gravy is going to take that one. Let's see. Next win is going to go to somebody who wants a 1921 example, which is the same year. Also in very good shape. WY04. Let me see if I can pull it quick. I'll put it out down there. It's a nice coin. I think I paid like in the 120s for it, so I'm just going to try to, sell it above that range basically. This one is going to be a 1 mark of Saxony. It looks like there's a little bit of like edge wear chipping over there, but you have the Meissen cross swords. Very nice. Again, 1 mark. And then I think we have the 50 Pfennig to accompany. We also have some of the larger porcelain medals, if that's interesting to people. I'm not exactly sure. I can look at them. I think that they're a little bit... I think they're all pretty similar. Yeah. I mean, I think that they're all pretty similar. So no worries. I can also run them maybe later in the show after, or not after, but if, in a world where things calm down a little bit. Here is a 25 Pfennigs. German glass. I think we have some of the Winter Hilfswerk medals down in Texas, which you can ask for. In a Texas show, that would be Isaiah or Gabe. That one will go for $10. Great pickup. Here, this is going to be Saxony, a 20 Pfennig with a scythe. And this one does not have much in the way of edge kind of loss or damage. Great wheat ears. Yeah, sounds good, Corey. What's the coin there? Oh, this one's a larger flan porcelain 50 Pfennig of Weichsdorf Lausa. Very pretty. Acorn style. That one will go to the gravy. I think we do have one more. We also have a bunch of, again, American medals that I'd like to check out, but let's do the A52-11. I'm not sure exactly what the type is. Oh, Euphrates Wiseman Dram. For sure. I paid on that one, I believe, 115, so I would look for 139 on that coin. Gravy will win that. We'll come back to some of the German porcelain, and we have some of the larger medals too. Let's see, where did I put the coin that was just requested? I think it's out here somewhere. And the nice thing is that you can always look up those if you have a desktop. You can always look these up on NGC's cert lookup feature with the little SKU. So larger medals sounds good, JP Music Pros. There we have our Sacha Dynasty. It's called a Wiseman Dram. I'm referring it to it with that style because here's another one in the same grade. I think this one's a little nicer. I also think this could bid up from 139, but I'll start at the same price. Very pretty Euphrates, because he would have been like Persian Magi were the ones who would have visited Jesus in Bethlehem, and he was ruling 2 BC to 4 AD. And I sold a ton of those the other day, so maybe people are tired of me offering them. Let's see. Yeah, they're really cool. Thank you. Emdri, let me tell you what the price is for that coin. It's probably like a 229. Oh, no. Yeah, 229. We have a couple of Hoard Epfig coins. Here's the Bosporus. Maybe we do the Bosporus. It looks like there's a nice pan on this one. And you have, that's a good coin. This one, I'll start for 49. I really think this would have room to bid up. Beautiful Bosporus Panticapaeum. There is pan facing left. And then on the other side, I think that's PAN. So it says it very clearly. I'm not sure what the reverse is. Tiffany will be bummed. I know that Tiffany was interested in some of these. This one looks awesome. You have a little bow on the reverse. And then we have a Palemo as well. Fantastic detail in the face. You can see the eyes, nose, mouth. I'm shocked that there hasn't been more of a bidding war on these guys. The taller, yeah, for sure. Respect. Beautiful type. That one will go to Emma Meal. Emma Meal, do you have interest in the Parthian types? I have some. You may have also already bought some similar ones. This is the king right before Jesus, Palemo, the first 14 to 9 BC. It looks like there's a nice, like frond or tree or something like that. And let's get that taller up. And then we have some of the 124th tallers, 09, 4, 11. And then we'll do some of the Parthian. We had some of the Arsacid types as well. 169 is going to be the price on this guy. Taller, dated, apparently struck 1827 or so, but 1780 dated. Friedrich August the Third. Taller, 10 Eine Fine Mark. AE 4006. Nice little Alexandrian tetradrachm. On these, it's not super easy to find more of them, so I'm asking pretty much a retail price of 99 bucks. I don't think it's out of the question though. Caduceus in hand. Nice portrait of Vespasian. Little bill and tetradrachm minted in Alexandria, Egypt. We also are going to have these Parvis coins sold insanely quickly. I've been bringing 5 per show for the last 4 shows, and they've all sold at 14 or above. These are 1387 to 1487. You see the cross on the reverse. And Gravy at 12 in the lead. Coin Hunter is going to snag that at 19. There's also a bunch more on the front of, and we'll just go to 14 bucks. Start them out there. Really, really cool. Thank you so much. I definitely work hard to find just fantastic items to offer and run. That one will go to Coin Hunter. Another nice Parvis. I think that there's 3 left at this stage then. Yeah, I mean, work hard to make it happen, and it's always fun. There we have a nice crown. You're around 200. It's tricky. I wholesaled all of the VFs that I had to another dealer for $170, and he was able to quickly, I think choice VFs, I shouldn't say VFs, but choice VFs for $170. And so he sold out of them very quickly, I think on eBay. And so that's kind of what, that has been an interesting development. I think as there's more people who are, also buying and selling, not just for collecting, that come along and offer, it means that there's often decent outs on the material for me. Yes. Oh, you know what? I talked to a guy. I don't know if we have any Ducatons on me, but I'll try to get some. Often the Ducatons are nice too because they'll have some Shipwreck provenance. That's probably the best place that I've found them. Ooh, the O2, I don't... Oh, you know what? I think I uploaded it over here. It's pretty worn. I'd be happy to offer it. Let's see. Where did I put it? Nawanagar. Okay. It looks like we have a cool mix of dollar start coins kind of across the board, and they will include... It won't be the Aku, but it's just a handful of coins I picked up. I think that this has a little over 12 bucks of melt in it. I've sold many of these. This is a 1876J German 1 mark coin. No Spanish silver. We have some Netherlands East Indies. Gravy in the lead on that. That one will go to John. The next one is going to be our, I think, one Nawanagar Docto. Nice chunkier Indian copper from the princely state of Nawanagar. Then we'll get to that Eku. 1892 mark. Is there one that says it's in there? That one will go to Pat. Right here. This one is like, we'll probably try for like an $84 start without sudden death. It's worn. I wonder if it spent some time underground or how it acquired the patina. It looks like 1727, but it could be any year. K mint mark, super clear. There is the really young King Louis XV. Silver Ecu. Two Vespasian Tet. I think that they might be the same. Are they really the same year and everything as well? Here's a slightly nicer one for... This one has really cool incrustation as well. 1768, the date is very clear on that one. You have like a cow mint mark. And then we'll do, I did find one other of the Nepalese types. No sudden death on this one. Any more India? Yeah, we should have a good bit of Indian coins remaining. I have some rupees. This one I paid $10, 44 cents for. It failed in the last auction where it sold for 14, but it's been double struck, as you can tell, which is really cool. So there's 2 strikes on this Nepalese Surendra Vikram Shah Paisa. And that one, take a little loss on, but also, you know, that's what I like to go through and just dollar start a bunch of stuff. Oh, here is a nice looking, I think that this one failed in a prior sale as well. But we sold a bunch that we had in the 14 range. Beautiful. This is Ghaznavids. They would have been a wide swath along modern day, basically good range. Pass. What's 1625? Can you tell me what the skew is on that one? Here is a Cumberland Jack Queen Victoria. It was basically a satirical political token mocking Ernst Augustus's departure to rule Hanover in 1837. U.S. Philippine, I don't have... Actually, I think I have a couple of those. I know that there was the request for India. It looks like... So we've got some of the rarer French Arcot rupees as well. Can try a couple of them. I paid $45.25 on these. I've sold so many, but they've also gone a little bit... I've sold a lot of them, so they haven't been bidding up. You know, at one point they'd bid to the 70s. Now I don't even guarantee that they sell, but Arcot French rupee. Yep, sounds good, J Dizzle. The owls are like in the $2.99 to $3.49. Sounds good, Wilram. Let's see. There should be, you know, find the specific types if you would like them. These Philippines, I'll start for 45 or so. 06, 07. I think that there are 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them, $44. These were from when America, after the Spanish American War, we acquire the Philippines. It becomes the Commonwealth of Philippines. Sounds good, Jack. 3504. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Lower price to higher. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to there, but I am listening. These are 75% or 80% silver. I guess 80%. I was thinking they were 75. There's that little S mint mark, though. They were struck in America. It's like the, you know, we had to coin currency for them, but it was not the dollar that was being used there. It was the own Salvadorian. I've had Salvadorian in the past. It's really cool types. Some of the, especially like the 1800s, incredible Salvadorian coins. I don't think so in terms of South American and Central American. I think I'm out of most of my Mexican coins too. It's pretty much, I have some Ecuadorian types. That makes sense. I'll try to flash them in the background. I normally run a little fast paced show. I'll show, so like this one I think is $3.49. This one is like $2.79. That's just like to orient quickly on the pricing. Oh, the cartwheel. Yeah, we'll do that one next. I know people had you had requested it maybe. 90%. There should be. I think that I always thought that most of the U.S. Philippines was like even 75%. And then we have some of the big German note geld. Be nice to have. Let's see, WX81. No, not WXWW. Dollar start. This thing is going to be a heavy 1797 Britannia coin. The 249. I think it said 279 T Molly. I don't want to mislead you. That's another situation where the wholesale, other, people who are reselling just are very excited about the material. So would have support solidly there. I don't have Salvadorian though. And these are just super epic. We have a ton of different British copper that we can walk through. I would say the other one, JP Music Pros, nice win. The other one also stands out as a really solid looking example. We'll run those after we do some of the 3 polkers, which these are always super popular. This is 1623 right here, 1/24. Buddy is going to be first one on that one. We also have some nice Solidus coins. Oh yeah, I don't have that coin, Wilram. Oh snap! I was like really surprised there that one wasn't going. These are consistently teens, kind of at the minimum. We'll pop this one out just so you can see the level of detail we're talking about. 1625. Sounds good. No, that's the giffies are fun. They're not like crazy valuable, but they're also they're always interesting. I've been going through. Sometimes I'll give away like note geld, like some of the zinc note geld, which we have a couple of those coins. Actually, some pretty nice eye appeal examples. Show the 279. Sounds good. Let me see. Those go pretty quickly when I get them in, and I feel bad on the owl. It's just that I'm like doing, a very aggressive, not clean out, but kind of the inventory. Been doing a bunch of dollar start stuff. And so let me try and find, that one looks very sharp. We'll do a Solidus. Well, let's do the owl. I don't want to look, there's a chance, I just don't want to mislead you that I have one that is going to be similar and I sell it for a similar price, but I'm just not, if you can tell me a list of all the SKUs of the different owls that I have, like if you type in owl, it will probably, the way I've structured it, you should be able to read what all the owls are. This one, and then I can maybe take a look because I think there's that one I'm open to doing because there's a lot of broad appeal for owl types. We got some great 5th century BC owls as well that came in Texas. So those might be available as early as next week. We paid about $385 per coin. This is the Carl Gustav, a little bit chipped, but you can see really nice silvering on this one. And then you have that keys motif, and that one says 1658. So it's nice that you get the specific date on those ones. And I think that the Solidus or Solidus, I'm not exactly sure what the correct pronunciation is. I was going to say we're super like lustrous. This one does not look super lustrous, but it also, and Riga, I believe, is in modern day Latvia, should be. Beautiful, beautiful coin. There we see the keys, and that one is, it looks like 56, 5.6 up top. And the Brandenburg, let me see. I think that that might be a misupload. I think that that's gone at this point. We have these nice Solidus coins though. Fantastic silvering. You can see the Livonii really clearly there. Just a hoot. I can look for are there other of the 24th taller types that stand out? Here I think we have 4 more of these that I'd uploaded for this show, and we're running low generally. This one's more worn on that side, but man, the keys shine really nicely. 350-year-old low percentage silver. And then we can try Oh, that's really frustrating, T Molly. All right. Well, I'm gonna run these three Solitas, and I'll just run all the owls. I'll search for owls from my end and just run them. I think we also have an owl fraction from modern day Saudi Arabia or Yemen, a Himyar coin, which is going to be more affordable and it's in a NGC holder. So not that you have to buy that, but could pique your interest. Let's see. Nice win for the gravy. Here is a Billin Solitis type. Carl Gustav. There are those keys that everybody likes. And that looks like 56 maybe as the year. And then the last on these before we do a little bit of an owl mix. Very nice example. You can see, I think it says Carolus very clearly. Oh, Jesus with a crown around his head. That is awesome, Lindsay. I can try to think of crown Jesus coins. You know what? Do you have any more info? Because there's a good number. The classic type that comes to mind there is going to be the Byzantine Anonymous Phallus, but he's often on the obverse. There's some derivative coins of that. Here you see Athena's off the main part of the flan here, with some kind of punch, but then the owl is quite nice. You can see very clearly a tiny little test cut on the planchet, but you can see the buggy eyes of the owl and that A Theta TE for Athens. T Molly will be in the first bidder here, and that one will go to T Molly. Congratulations! Says that that's your first win. Thank you so much. Here we've got an owl tetradrachm. This is the 349. It's just got nice buggy eyes on there. Beautiful, but a little bit better condition and better centering, where you can see Athena's portrait very clearly on that side as well. We'll find a home for it. Another one, the Shipwreck Philippine, I'm hoping to get more of. I'm pretty much out of them. Here is a Sabaean Owls of Arabia. This one's sold, and the person who bought it, like it didn't go through, and it was a little frustrating, but that's okay. It happens. It sold at 119. We'll see if we can get 109 for it. Sabaean core or 8th unit Owls of Arabia type. There is Athena's face on the other side of it. That's awesome, Texas. And thank you for the purchase earlier. Let's see some of the coins. The other coins in front of us were ones that had issues with the payment processing. This is a Tetricus from the time that the Gallic Empire broke away from the main Roman Empire. Eventually, Aurelian comes back and crushes it. But very nice Antonianus. What were some of the best ones, Texas, that you'd be looking for? It's the 415 is leading there, and we'll snag that one. I'm trying to think in terms of other graded coins. We have very nice denarii. These I paid 75 on. These are tetradrachms. Gondophares, Sazes, the Indo-Parthians. I'm seeing that we also have Emirs of Kundas, so maybe I'll try some of those. But I'm looking for 94 since I paid 75. Or these are with me for a short period of time. Beautiful horse there. Low percentage silver, but you have Greek on the obverse and Karshoti script on the reverse. There's the man facing right. Oh, yes, sounds good, J Dizzle. Was not trying to go slow there. And AC 67. Yes, those are definitely nice. 1001. AC 67, 1001. Let's see here. I know that, thank you. I really appreciate all the requests that just popped in. These ones are a little pricier. They are from a nice group. It has a nice control mark on there. So these are not super cheap. I paid, I think, in the 30s range. Syracusan, and they're not types that I see too often. A great SCLS control mark. Overstruck. There's the Ragnolier on the one side, Heracleo. and beautiful Byzantine example. And then we've got, let's see, a Syracusan, Leo, and Constantine. Same starting price. That might be the last one in the auction. And most of these were in these oversized flips. And so I think I've told a bunch of people that I didn't have these available, but they were actually just sitting there in some smaller flips. And I was able to find them when I wasn't thinking too hard. I don't have any of those, Wilram. AE4105. Let's see what that coin is. I'd be happy to take a look. Vespasian. It's one of the more silver types. Pretty worn. I'd be looking for, I think, $84 on it. I thought I got a pretty good price, so pass that along. Oh, actually, the back is a lot nicer than I thought it was. That should definitely go. Silver Antiochian Vespasian tetragram. Awesome, J Dizzle. Thanks for popping in. Christ coins, I'm really running low on, but we have a good number of them at NGC grading. Calabria, I don't think so. I know there had been some requests. Oh, and people wanted the medals, and I kind of forgot to run them. We could do a few of the Vietnamese Emperor cash coins in the interim, and I also need to get a giveaway again. I only have one of these types. These are Trantai Tong. Chris Blue will be the first bidder on these. This is from about 1251 to 1258. Very solid type. There's the script. Mint will snag that one. I think we have two right here of the Tren Dutong about a century later. Very nice looking. Was there another request? A41. Oh, yes, Imperator. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you there. I'll do the 026 shortly too. I think it's a 2p. I think it's a 2p, which I think would be a little more desirable. I think this is the proper orientation on this, but that could be way off. AC, I feel so bad because I think that one. Yeah, I'm out of. I don't have that AC 15. That one is gonna go. Let's see though. This request was for Imperator. We do have some nice Polish-Lithuanian ones, and that's the Charizius. It's probably gonna be like an 89 start. Just looking at the description of it. See if I can shake some of these loose. NGC Genuine 46 BC. I'm struggling to find it. Well, we'll have to do some other ones. Oh, and then there's the St. Thibaut Hoard. Let's do this. It's the Sabine women one. Well, this will be $89 start, no sudden death, from 89 BC. $1 for every year before Christ. You can see Sabine very clearly there, and then two Roman soldiers carrying a Sabine woman. 1625 German coin. Yeah, here's the St. Thibaut. Very solid. These were apparently found in a French field. 1726 half écu from France. Nicer Republic. We should have a couple of them. It's been a while since I've looked at what Republican stuff I brought. But yeah, these were nice. You can tell that they've been. Looks like they were found. Found by a farmer, I believe. It was, I think, 500 of these, and they dated like up to the 1780s or so, 1739. A little bit of, you could probably clean up the planchet. This date side is very nice, but I'll have this just so it's clear. And then I think the last of the ones that I have here for us today, Very nice look. This one's really nice. Why don't we dollar start it? I think it could go very high. Beautiful, 1729. A little bit of like planchet discoloration. Yeah, for sure, Gabe. We'll run the 2 pence. It's a really good coin. We also have some good condors. That one will go to T. Let's see. This one is going to be WW8101. Man, this thing should be, there's probably some digs on it somewhere, but this one's really cool. Beautiful. These don't come easy in this shape, not at all. These are going to be chunky copper coins. And then why don't we try the metals after we try also some similar time period coppers. This one has Brutus on there. (1809 to 1810) British halfpenny token. That one will go to Greg. I think we've got 2 others. This one says Relief. It's a Norfolk or Norwich token, excuse me. It says Relief in Distress. Very solid. Dunham and Yallop. Condors are always exciting. And then, let's see, here is a very nice looking lion. Hopefully this one bids solidly. Of course, why it's nothing crazy, but it is a fun one. A little scratch there on the front, but very nice eye peel lion. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can really collect a ton, and there's some, there's plenty of like many $100 type condors. There's also a lot of very, very affordable ones. Why don't we try? I don't think this is exactly the type that was requested, but this is Polish Lithuania. It's a little bit older even than some of the German that was requested. These are half groats. I might do a reserve price on them for the next ones, but they have this great Alexander Jagiellon under his, this fighter with a sword on a horse. Really, really cool. Adam L. Nice win. Probably start these at like $14. And they were in the last show bidding well above there, but just since probably a smart thing to do. Show both sides of this one. There's also some nice German note geld that we can try. Probably a lot of dollars start on that front. That one will go to Colby. Congrats. Here we've got, I think there's 2 more of these. Sounds good, Mint. We haven't tried any of the note geld paper either. Yeah, these are silver. Or maybe, I mean, it's low. I think it's low percentage silver. I'm not guaranteeing that it's, I'd rather have me undersell it and then it be high than for me to tell you, oh, it's, fully, totally pure silver every down to the last drop in there, and then somebody be frustrated because they XRF it and it's off. Yeah, sounds good, WB. Let's run that one. Not right away, but after a little bit. Let me see if I can even find it. It's somewhere here, and I'm struggling to locate it. Where is it? Should be able to find it. There it is. There is one of the Marie Moldavian types. R-Spec. I don't think I did. Sorry, I've been bad about. None of this is AC. Am I going to be nervous because I don't know what this thing is? AC 07 16 a 20 Kreuzer coin? You know what? I don't think that I have that. It's not in front of me. Oh, no, yeah, I do. Let's dollar start it with no sudden death. This one's really sharp. 20 Kreuzers from 1772. 80, 25, 23. Yeah, I'd be happy to. No, this one wouldn't be a restrike. I mean, I'd be maybe it was restruck a little bit after, but this is not like a restrike taller. And I don't think that they backdated coins there. This is just the coin that I have in my hand. Then I did want to try some of those metals, and then we talked about some of the note gelds. This should be the similar to the solid eye that I ran, but these would have possibly been struck as contemporary counterfeits. 1657 the date by this crazy guy Eustratia Dobija. Nero, I think I can't sell coins with Nazi imagery on them on Whatnot. I can get in trouble for that and want to play by the rules. So I think we have some on eBay because I think that they've allowed that. That's kind of the situation. Here we have a Phocaea Diabol. Spanish silver Shipwreck. We should be getting some in by early next week. We sold some nice fractions earlier. This one is identified. WX 5308. Mariva, that was really cheap. Congratulations on a fantastic purchase. 5304. Huh. I'm struggling to find that one. I know, okay, there's the Venetian one that is kind of next on deck, but I just want to see because the 53, is that it? Where? No, I think, let me pull those because those are very sought after. And I don't have them. I've been getting requested them. I will bring some more back. We sold all the ones that we had earlier in the show here. Oh, but here's some of the Brandenburg Prussia. I think this is what people were looking for. German states. Dry polker is just 3 polker. Dry is 3 in Germany, but this is a little different from the Polish-Lithuanian ones. T-Molly sounds good. I think the best for those would be, I have a couple silver denarii. Texas, nice win. I should have a couple silver denarii that could hopefully will be interesting to you, and no problem if they aren't. Let's run that. I'll look for a little bit of it. Do you prefer integrated holder or do you not really care? We have some first century $64. This is a really nice one. $13 is a great price. I think this could be the last of the dry polker that I brought. What are the metals? Where are the metals from? Those ones back there are Medallic Art Company, which is like 70s America. We have the Venetian one next. That one will go to Emdry. And then we do have some of the Notgeld. This one is probably like a 59 star. I saw one go in somebody else's show for like $139 yesterday, and I thought mine was a little nicer. Doesn't mean that that's what will happen, but very nice. Seated Christ staring straight at us. Whoa, $59. Congrats. Let me get you a new flip. This one broke while I opened it up. Those are Venetian silver coins that are absolutely beautiful, from Italy, I believe. Let's find... Okay, we have the peso. That one is easy for me to find because it's right on top of a stack of coins I ran earlier. And then we'll do some of the metals. And there it is, 1 peso Philippines type. All right, ran that one, I think, for Morum, no prob. We've got next up here is going to be Hall of Fame. I sold 1 owl already. Let me just look for what the skew on this is going to be. Metal 4. $39.04 start it. These are Hall of Fame of Great Americans types. Really interesting. This is going to be Oliver Wendell Holmes. This one was engraved by Kizilewski and 1970 dated. That one going to the gravy. I paid low double digits, so not too far off. I think I might start these next ones at a 15 range. And we'll see what the following coin, who's on the next one. This is going to be Simon Newcomb. It comes in the original packaging, which is definitely a plus. $15. Sudden death. Very nice looking astronomer. Hall of Fame of Great Americans at New York University. Yeah, let me pull that one. 055. We'll do a couple of the Jettons after a few more of these medals. That one will go to Travis. Let's see. Next up, looks like John Quincy Adams. That's actually more, a little bit better than some of these other ones that I've offered here. $15 this start. John Quincy Adams. Let's see. Old Man Eloquent, the Hall of Fame for Great Americans at New York University. 1767 to 1848. You like a Hank Aaron one? I don't know exactly all of the ones that I have left, Smallwood. Is Hank Aaron in this Medallic Art Co. series? I think that there's a total of like 21 in this group that I bought. We'll do one more here for the time being, and then we can come back to them later if people would like. Charlotte Cushman, 1876. Ooh, very nice type. Lady Macbeth, Romeo, Cordelia, Meg Merrills. Awesome, Texas. Let's thank you for that assistance. That one will go to Travis. Yeah, if you would like me to pull an owl coin, we can definitely do so. So we've got, here are some of those Jettons. I said that we would run some of the dollar start Jettons next. That is really cool. 1618 Louis the 14th. I'm going to give 20 seconds because these should bid up a little bit more. Dated to 1618 there. Jettons. Jettons were not used as coins, but they were more for like counting tokens. They would also be somewhat of a vessel of propaganda. Spanish silver. I don't think I have much on the Spanish silver front. We did just buy a bunch that will be in Texas, like 8 reals. We have some nice Sasanian silver that I'm looking at. Here's a 1743 dated Optimo Principi. Looks like a couple of hits, or maybe just a planchet crack. Lude XV. Roman silver T Molly. Yes, that's what's exactly right after. Well, I'll do one Jetton, then I'll interrupt to do. We have the Domitian as Caesar silvers, and we'll bring down the amount of time that there is to bid on these guys to 15 seconds so that we can get the ones that you had mentioned. Shipwreck, yeah, let's do Shipwreck after some more of the Jettons, and then I think that there's like a Titus or two in front of us. Nice win for Smallwood. We do have more Jettons, so I'll get those shortly. Domitian, $64 on this. It's got a really cool reverse type. Gravy is going to be the first bidder on it. But yeah, Domitian ruled after Titus, who's the son of Vespasian, who crushes the Jewish revolt and steps in after a time of uncertainty where Nero seems to cede a bunch of control. This one is going to be, I'm going to keep starting these for around that 64 mark. This one has a really cool, like, it kind of almost looks like a Macedonian helmet, but like on an altar. This one, on the reverse, there is Domitian's portrait on the front, but again, really cool reverse style. And Nice win for Wilram. Attic helmet. Cool. So I think that an Attic is a little different from Macedonian. This one has great style. I think 64 may leave a little room, but sometimes I run something and bids up fantastically, which is always awesome too. So we'll see where this one lands. This one, very cool coin. We also have some double denarii in the back, silver. One of them is fairly muted. This one is going to be, it's full silver, so would be 54. It's just a dark tone to it. Not exactly sure how that would have happened, but dark patina, but it is silver. Philip the Arab, 244 to 249. Nero, I should have a couple of Nero types. I also have some beautiful, these, I think that they were discovered doing construction in France. I have been selling out of them frequently. These are the Epfig. I bought a couple more. Epfig Hoard and Choice XF. They have a great militaristic bust. I think it's a commemorative struck to when they moved the capital from Rome to Constantinople in the 330s. Beautiful victory style. Choice XF condition. T Molly going to be the first bidder there, and I've got a couple more of them. Would not be shocked. These have bid into the hundreds when I've sold them before. Really pretty example right here as well. Just going to go and skew order through the handful that I brought for this evening. Really sharp militaristic bust on that one. Any owls? Oh yeah, Team Ollie, you had asked for. So we had that one owl that I had run, and I think I sold one of the owls I ran. The other one did not get a bid. This is going to be AE 13-16. This is 349. Very, very buggy-eyed Athenian owl. And then I have the givvies. They are, some of them are note gelt. Some of them are cash coins. I'd say they're all coins that are popular, but not super, super expensive because I'm also covering the shipping, but that are in my inventory. This one would be a mid-range, I guess, $2.99. Very nice flan, oblong, very cool folds in it, and then there's a test cut, but you've got a clear owl head. Would I do 250 on which coin, Team Ollie? A nice win for Smallwood. And then I think I maybe have one other owl I want to say. This one is the earlier one with a drill mark in it. But this is the 440 to 404. There's some scratches in it, but really, really pleasing. And you can see the Attic crest, Attica, Athens, tetradrachm. And then we have some of again, we had mentioned some of the note geld. There's also some of the Japanese types. We have, what is this? WX6914. Really pretty Durin coins. This is 1918 Prussian province of Rhine. It looks like there's almost like a soldier's helmet on there, a World War I era type. They are not. Oh, no, I wouldn't do... I think maybe you might have heard 349. That might have been the miscommunication there, but Mint Maris, that one's actually going to go for a little lower than I might have. We'll do one other. This is going to be an Ochel Grosche, or 10 Pfennig Ochel Grosche from 1920. Yeah, 349. Yeah, that would be... let me pull the Shipwreck types. Really cool Aachen with a little grandma on there or something. And let's see. This one is a nice Brunswick with a nice horse. That's also cool because the horse is on Brunswick's coins going back to the 1600s. 10 Pfennigs, 1918, a Kriegs Notgeld. AE1316 sounds good. HGC. I will get to that one. I ran it earlier. It's like $349 is the price on that one, and I'm a little firm. Just those owls, man, they've gotten it really difficult to source. I paid $380 for a bunch that were fairly worn, and they just got into Texas. Here's that soldier type again. Very nice. Durin 1918. It's interesting. I had some relatives who fought and died in World War I fighting on the German side. They did not, well, maybe some extended family, but they're, they were farmers in by the time the Second World War rolled around. So they were not active and fighting. But here's a Stadthagen Westphalia type. Well, this one's going possibly a real affordable level for WB coin. Nice win. This one is going to be a beautiful Crests Pfennig, and then let me try to get the HGC ones at $349. This one has like a medieval warrior on there, Stadt Fulda from 1917. That's the city of Fulda, and you see that medieval little warrior man. Sounds good. No, I wouldn't be. I'm not going to offer it at that level, just so you don't. I don't want to mislead you or anything. We'd be at that $349 because I wouldn't want to take $100 discount for that coin, but I appreciate the offer. It's thoughtful. It's probably rare that I'd come down that much on my coins. I probably would not do 300. If I was at a show, I would probably do 300 in cash, but I'm going to take a pretty decent hit from whatnot on the coin. So I just want to, yeah, don't want to mislead you. All right, next up, this one I was talking about some of the interesting. Well, here's a nice Indian. I think it's the last one of this type that I have available today. They've sold pretty popularly as 1275 Jaitra Simha. I could do maybe 335. Nice line. Oh yeah, the shipwrecks. Yeah, I'll do 335 if you'd like to proceed, but I apologize that's tighter. It really is. There's other coins where I can come down like that, but if I had somebody who had one for me tomorrow that he could sell me at 275 and I could make a quick $30 and have the same coin again tomorrow, I'd do it. But it's just different when there's not the easy availability for me. Beautiful 1808. These sunk in 1809 in the English Channel off Goodwin Sands. That's okay. I appreciate it. If it's still around in like a month and a half or something, then I'll quickly consider that, because then maybe I'm being unrealistic. But I think there's other ones that'll probably come along over the next couple months if I'm lucky that I could do that on. If I'm in it for a little bit cheaper. Yeah, thanks. And thanks for understanding. I feel like some people they get angry, but you probably understand. I want to be smart about managing my inventory. These ones we're going to start at least at kind of 14 and encourage them a touch higher. I think we got some great deals along the way. But yeah, beautiful Admiral Gardner shipwreck types. You have some Farsi, I believe, like Persian script. No, you're good. You're good. It's it's always fun to have a good polite coin negotiation. I do it all the time too. I'm constantly, there's guys obviously I buy from, and they'll be like, "Look, you gotta give me a little more on this stuff." And I think I'll be honest on that one too. It's it's a cool type where they're in enough demand. If it was a really esoteric type, and I'm gonna make, but it's probably one of the most popular ancients. If that makes sense. And so I do want to try to get the the closer to retail, whereas a lot of people will buy and then turn around and resell, which I very much encourage. It helps them come back with more to spend on some of the other types. But on the owls, probably going to be a little more trying to sell it at a retail price. This one to WB coin. This next one, these maybe, I'm not trying to complain either. They're doing okay. There you see really nice shipwreck effect on them. Very lustrous. But I think I might move off of those. It looks like there's maybe one more of that one note gelt type. There's also big note gelt, which are fun. And there's Jettons. Why don't we run some Jettons? This is going to be one of the 1743 brass ones. I think, yeah, and we do have a giveaway. Fantastic. Paper note gelt. Yeah, I can run some lots. Would you be interested in it? What do we say? We reside next to each other. Spaceballs memorized. Guys are in crazy. Coin hunter, what type of coin is that? I would be happy to run it, but I'm just curious. Like, I'm in my mind thinking like, oh, what could I run it? How could I naturally segue over to those? This is going to be Nuremberg, which is in Germany. Style Jeton. It says Omnibus non sibi Jeton. Louis the 16th. Actually, Spaceballs, I'm pretty sure I watched that in my college. I played water polo in college and watched that in my friend's dorm room one time. It's like a little bit of satire on Star Trek, right? Oh, this one's cool. It's got Heracles leaning on a club. Star Wars satire, yeah. Okay, I actually know what you're talking about. That's funny. Oh, perfect, Coin Hunter. Yeah, we'll run those. There's like 34 starts as a heads up. I think that you'll be a fan. That one's going to stay. I guess it was a little, like, whether you'd call it Holland subjugated. That one's interesting. This one, No Sudden Death. These political ones can be a little popular. Vitor Regum. And then we've got, let's see, 55 and 56, or maybe just 55. And let me pull in the meantime that Celtic one. Nice win for Smallwood. Distribution of money to the poor. That's kind of an interesting one as well. Oh, that one actually has very nice detail. Amateur Etamat. Darth Plagueis. That is a Spaceballs reference, right? Am I? A pound Scott? I'm trying to... That sounds... I feel like I should know what that is, and I'm not even thinking exactly what that coin is. Oh, this one has a nice... You have the Neptune with a horse... With horses, like maybe sea horses. Very nice little Jeton of Ludovicus Magnus Rex. I think that I once got like a mix of like 9 Scottish coins in, but I sold them for like $250 a pop or something. You know, it was like pretty expensive. Oh, wow. This is a really nice one. We'll do a risky dollar start. This is a Tresor Royale dated to 1685. Actually, maybe, yeah, 1685. Beautiful. Coppery. Looks like a fountain of some type. Ancient silver. Yeah, T. Molly, we're about to run. These are from the Gauls, so they stopped producing them after would have been Julius Caesar takes over the Gauls on behalf of the Romans. These are, as you could expect for BC silver, not sudden death coins. We can also run some Roman silver, but this is going to be Gallic. You have the horse on the reverse, and then a stylized head of Roma. So truly BC ancient silver. Very fun. And the Celts, we also have ancient British staters. I paid, I think, 95, so I want like 119 on them. They're large staters. They're Billin, so a little lower percentage silver. This one has a very nice horse. Roman silver. Yeah, I should have some Roman silver. Let me see what we can put together here. We have some somewhat worn AD 69, 17. It's like $59 starts, like BC silver. Again, so the way that they would have struck these, they would have had like specific money years. This is going to be 123 BC, Roman Republic. See Porcius Cato. That's what Julius Caesar undoes the Republican system when he consolidates power. Beth, I should have some of those types. Please tell me what some of the SKUs are, and I can find them immediately. We can try a couple more of the Jettons, though it looks like these are some of the older types. So I'm happy to run them. We can also look for other. Oh, this is interesting. This is the King's Buildings series. Run those. Sounds good. Minerva Reverse. Louis the 14th. Love these guys. Gravy is going to scoop that. Gravy, if there's any requests, if really anybody has any requests, just let me know. This one has a nice arbor scene. It looks like Extraordinaire de Guerre series. Ludovicus Magnus Rex. He was the longest reigning. The Sun King reigned for 72 years. Grosh or Polish. I'm almost positive I have some Polish stuff. Oh, yeah, sounds good. I will get those ones. If they're the VFs, I think that they would start for like 149. Want to try to make on those ones because they're probably like 30, $35 types. Yeah, sounds good, MD. I feel like I'm gonna leave it open for bidding, but also I feel like you've purchased a good bit, so I'll do one. I don't think I would want to commit to doing both of them though. Just test the waters with a nice graded silver coin. Very nice looking. Oh, it doesn't even, the test cut on it is really small. 210. I'll give it 30 seconds so people can think if they would like to add it. This is a 4th century BC Paphlagonian, beautiful eagle and either a dolphin or fish. Probably should have just sent this to an auction firm, but that is not my own. We could reach a couple more. I think I wouldn't feel bad selling it for like $300. We'll see where it lands. Centex gonna be the next bidder. I think this one could go away. I committed to running it at 210 without checking how nice the XFs were. I hadn't sold any of the XFs because I've been holding on to them. Nice win. That's a good one. Not that you got me, but that was well played. This one is what I was mentioning earlier. They were 229. This one, similar. You have a test cut. It's a nice portrait, Sinope. But this one, the test cut actually goes into the coin a little bit more. But it's a, beautiful Greek 4th century BC. I think Paphlagonia, I believe that would be in modern day Turkish area. But I could be wrong. I could see this one bidding up as well too. There's some lettering there, probably the magistrate that struck it. And then this is really cool. I haven't offered this one yet. It's an ancient forgery. So basically was deceptively struck to try to imitate genuine Roman silver, but some of that plating has chipped off. Annona Augusta. This is very nice style for a forgery, so it's pretty cool. Philip the Arab is the ruler on there. I've heard that in some cases, Beth, that they would actually test cut them right after they struck them to show that they were good silver. Um, oh yeah, the Swedish we haven't really touched hardly at all. And let me type in Poland because I'd like to make sure that there's not some like trove. We also haven't touched the Russian copper too much, and there could be some good coins there. Yes, those I think I can start for like 54. I think that they're pretty nice. I just didn't get around to running them. I didn't get around to grading them. I realized like I do want to offer some stuff that's not graded. This is a fantastic looking 1672. Very beautiful. Bulgarian, yeah, we should have some, Corey. I think it's like $44 for some of the Grosh from the 1300s. Phantoms, no, but I just apparently bought some today. One of my friends who will sometimes buy coins or look out for them was at the Long Beach show, and I think picked up some Phantoms from a seller that I like a lot. So hopefully those will be available shortly here. 1686 on this guy. Very nice detail. 1/6 ore silver mint. John is going to win that one. I know there's also requests around Polish, so that's something that I have in the back of my mind. Very, very nice coins. We can do some Lithuania, which would have been fairly closely linked to the Poles. Oh, the Lithuanian ones I have are very nice, though. They're probably like 34 starts. They're in between like the three polkers. It's, I think, beyond the modern day territory when you think Lithuania. These are in very good style. As you can see, flashy 1560 rider types. And then there's the very well taloned reverse. So pretty firm on those ones. Jesse Tay paid 65 on the Seek, so that's going to be 77. A little tight. They haven't moved for a little while. Carl Zeiss, I'm not sure. Let me see. Here's the coin. Is this a rare coin? I don't really know. Let's look online. What would NGC tell me it is? NGC thinks that's not too crazy, so why don't we just run it? Dollar start. This is silver. It is proof German silver. It's about $26 of silver, but obviously costs to get it graded, excuse me. Maybe it is better. Who knows? I don't. I'm nervous that it is, as it's back of melt at the moment, but we'll see where this one lands. West German Carl Zeiss. Proof PCGS 10 mark. And I mean, maybe it is pretty rare. Who knows? Congrats on the win. I'll close my eyes. Don't tell me if it's super valuable. Graded silver. I have very little of it, actually, believe it or not. I wish I had more of it. We have a couple Canadian coins that are like better date Canadians. This would be like, I'll start them just for what I basically paid to get them graded. Not my best grading outcomes. 1954 better date Canadian 10 cent in nice condition. Very flashy. And yeah, the rupee, cool. Well, there's also some rupees that are less expensive. The Sikh ones, though, are a little better. Which is, again, why I paid 65. to land them. There is this Anandgar. I think that I forget why they're rare or special, but the guy I bought them from knows his Indian extremely well, and was very confident that that was something exciting. So I basically took his word for it. But like when I say that, he actually, he doesn't stick me with stuff that's. I don't think like I've literally ever lost money on a buy that I made from him, which is pretty hard to say. Let's see. We have more of those if people want them. We have a couple more of the nice 1,000-year-old Mahmud Broad Durhams. Sun Death back on, but these things have been flying off the shelf. We sold a ton earlier today. Ghaznavid, they were fairly far in all directions in the ancient world, but they would have been like broadly Islamic types. I think that they went at different times, stretched into many parts of the ancient world. These are struck at Nishapur, which I'm not exactly sure where that is. I believe modern day Persia, Iran, but very, very old, 1,000-year-old types. This one's going to go to Buckhaven coins. Let's see. This one is going to be. That one's nice, well struck. Sounds good, Mint Matters. Let me go find it. 59 127.05. Whoa. Oh yeah, interesting little Helvetia type. Will Rem gonna win that one? I think I have like one more of these in today's sale. That's from this WY0509 purchase. Very nice eye peel looks to be. Possibly double struck on that side. I'm not exactly sure. Then I have one carts of Herat or Herat, which is actually I believe modern day Afghan. A little bit more expensive. And then we can pivot to the Helvetia coin, and then, open to whatever. I might end the show kind of soon. Yeah, it's in Mint State 64. I'd sell that one for 39. No American 2 cents, unfortunately. I wish I had. Very few coins went unsold today, which is fun. I always like when that happens. Nice example here. We also have a Yalong, maybe the last of the 7 fan. We have a couple nice 100 mon cash coins. Note gelds. Oh yeah, sure. Are you thinking of paper note gelds or dang, that one is a lot better than $2. Great win. Let's try our usual. We'll run 10 of these. We'll run 10 of these at a time. Give me 30 seconds just to go through them. Small extension. Here's the first one. 1918 Landsberg. This one, Note Gelder's Markets. These are all like better, I think. Not like way better, but they're tougher to find. Beautiful Florian's plots. Interesting Keel. That's 5. That is going to be 6. Oh, that's interesting. Zane Towson, 10,000 Badisha Bank. Interesting. 7. 8. Beautiful. Stat Altonia. 9. And then 10. Beautiful scene. We'll cycle through them. Just very interesting note gelds with a mix of styles. Let me go to the other side. Bayatoa. This 10 killed 10 Fennigs. That one has great style. And let me just make sure that I'm noting down. Basically, I just need to. It takes me a little longer between lots on these because I want to make sure I can put these safely in a holder. That one maybe need an extra packaging ultimately. Okay, this one is another possibly some slightly better examples in here. This one's a really big one, 1921 from Hoard Lip. It's a little edge damage, but still pretty nice. Then a 2 mark here, beautiful. 3, 4 across, very interesting. 5, 6, these are cool types. 7, 5 marks. 8, 9. Oh, and I don't even get to show the really nice types. 10, beautiful. All of those will go. I don't think I have any script. It's very interesting. There might be that I did not get uploaded some like World War I prison token coins. I don't think we have any World War II ones though. Let me go a little faster showing the notes here. Let's do 7 seconds. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's like a mini set. 8, 9. Interesting. I don't know who that is. Lucas Cernach. And 10. Oh, nice soldier style as well. Very interesting. Flip them to see a wide mix of types, which is very fun. Let me again just get the flip properly to put these in. I need to order more of the flips. I think that I'm pretty much close to out. We've got, let's take a handful from over here. We have some sets here. This is Bach, 1, 2, Marlet, 3, 4, Alexis, so 4, and then we'll take from over here 5. Let's do these 6, 7. We'll do the full set. 8, 9, 10, 11. Nice mix, wide mix too. Really cool, like German scenes on the reverse. 11 note gelt. That one heading to Mondo. Let's see, this next one is like really interesting. There's only 2 of these, and they're large. Plebsicht Schleswig, Danish. And this is a 20 mark Gutschein. And then I'm not sure what that is, but that, very interesting, Weimar. These are 5 notes now, and it includes this large one. And then let me pull these 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 10. But with this really interesting 1 mark over here, you have this interesting set with like skeletons, all different types of craziness. Mint Matters, gonna scoop that one. I think that might be good for tonight's note gelt. We'll have some sets left, and I think we're gonna have Anthony get up and running, who interned with us last summer, and I'm hoping we'll be back this summer, but he may start doing auctions from his spot. Are there any other types I wanted to run in conclusion? That slab on the bottom, what is that coin? We also have some of the, there's a beautiful Galong. Yeah, definitely Mint Matters. Let me run that one. 4903 90. I think I found that. Is that the PCGS slab that you were looking for? Mando in the lead. This one's going very affordable. Mando, nice win. We've got some of these 2 francs. This is going to be a Swiss 2 franc coin, I believe, was requested. 19 bucks, 1907 2 francs. I think that we're back of melt, but I could be wrong. Let's see. I hope I'm wrong. 22.73. his melt. So sounds good, Coin Hunter. Those are really cool types. You have a good eye. Let's see. We've got 93 here. 24 bucks. I started them for like 25 earlier and they were bidding higher. 1875. It's a little hit in the field, but 2 marks. I mean, I'm not quite getting melt on it, so I think there's room. Mando, you're looking for slabs. Sounds good. What types of specific slab? Is it this one that you were looking for? We have, these are, oh, actually I'm only starting these apparently for 40 bucks. Great portrait of Christ. I think the next one will be a 49 start. Beautiful Christ, Ivan Alexander example. I think this one could bid up. It's very nice for the type. Bandit in the lead. I think that there's limited bounds in terms of where that one lands. Nice look to it. This one's so nice. I think this one's like a 59. Great Christ portrait. You can see his eyes very clearly. It's a more stylized Christ. It's super well centered. And then slabs. Any more non-graded Greek silver? I don't think I'm going to have much of that, honestly. Don't want to mislead you. This one, 36 bucks. And then we'll do the Nero, Platilla, or Hadrian. I don't think I have much of those. I have a Trajan slab, high quality Republican. I should have like a couple of them. I'm just going to like peek around here. This one is extremely cool. It's like a 169 just because it's pretty rare. It is a beautifully brockaged coin. It's a coin error that can happen. And really, really cool. Running more metals. Would you be interested, Travis, in any of those Great Americans at 15 bucks? So there's the obverse, but another one of these coins would have gotten stuck in the dies and then it's already struck reverse impression into the front. Beautiful brockaged Vibius Panza. It's tough, Watch King. Maybe save up for when you get a unlock a good discount, because those I know approximately 0 people that I can quickly get more from. That's the problem with those ones. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, let's run through more metals. These are $15 starts. We've sold every one that we've tried. This is going to be metal 8 with the packaging. Who is this? This is going to be George Peabody, Hall of Fame for Great Americans, financier and philanthropist, with a fantastic kind of Greek-inspired reverse type. No, not at all. Not an insulting offer. The Roman? Yeah. Is it okay if we do, and we'll do more metals after, but I might run a handful of metals. Maybe we'll do like 2 metals, and then we'll do the Roman Republic, and we'll do 2 more metals. We do have some, we have nice graded types here. This next one is going to be, it looks like a Franklin style. Let's see, is that right? This is James Madison, public servant, scholar, statesman. Oh, that's not Franklin. Also an important early presence for our country, though. King Cole. Father of the U.S. Constitution, that's right. One more metal, then we'll do the Roman, and then we'll do more metals. And I think that's how we'll go with these medals, because I think all the medals will sell, but I also want to be reasonable. Okay, where did I put the Roman? There it is. It's $169 for a beautiful brockaged denarius. And the brockage is really pretty. You can even see those like tips of the lettering on that would have been on this side. The Roman Republican would have very nice like circular tips of a lot of the words. And then we'll go back to more metals. Very pretty. And then let's see, $15. This one is going to be, oh, Susan B. Anthony, who's on the $1 coin from 1979 to 81. Very interesting. Equal suffrage. She was women's right to vote. Yeah, we'll maybe does that work? Like every 2 medals, we'll run a, I have some like, the coin under it, I paid, I believe 95 for, but I might have paid a little high. I would sell that coin for 99. NGC fine. Trajan denarius, and then I have some VFs, which are fair, a good bit better than that at 149 available. Great Americans. This one has a very nice high relief. This one is going to be Hall of Fame for Great Americans. Who is that? Something Stowe. I'm going to cheat. Who is this? Stowe. I'm not sure who it is. Harriet Beachhead Stowe. I assume that she was around slavery based off of the iconography. Oh, you'd prefer Republican if I had Hadrian. Yeah, there should be. If you type in Republican NGC, I think you should be able to find what I would have there. Because I'd love to. The way that those are organized, they're very split up by date. Like I have my graded often organized by date, and so Republican is all these individual years, so it's a little less like there's a row of them. Oh, this Audubon, 1962. Looks like I would go for the Audubon Center to go for hikes. Beautiful owl. Metal and slightly earlier, but great relief. Perfect. I think there's probably some non-brockage ones. If it's not like Julius Caesar, some like clearly better type, that would be like around 149 for choice fine. Who is this going to be? $15. The start. This is going to be Peter Cooper, I believe, founder of Cooper Institute. I believe that 1964 with a Pegasus on the moon and a beautiful nature. It looks like a national park. 160. I feel like, I probably should, right? If I said that my goal is to turn stuff over tonight, I feel like that's within. I just don't want to set a precedent. Like on the last one, I negotiated down with somebody and that sold for $11 over what I was starting to. But yeah, let's do 160. How about we do 160 after this medal? We won't make it happen. What is this one? That is going to be, wow, super high relief looking metal there. I'll just let it go though for $15. Hall of Fame 1963, so also a bit older. Mark Hopkins, educator and theologian, dies 1887. Beautiful metallic style. Yeah, older American metal. Quite interesting. It's the first time I think I've like offered or priced it, but and I think that there's like maybe a total of 6 more medals. Where is that little lovely brockage? That feels reasonable because we are meeting in the middle. Let's see. 160. No sudden death, though. My hope is that it'll tempt somebody else to jump in. Beautiful brockage air. It's the only one in my inventory that's that nicely brockaged. Fantastic, well, high reliefed obverse, but it's an incuse. Very beautiful. No rolls. We're trying to, it's, as you also want to kind of be light, but we're trying to get together a good numismatic library. This is going to be -16. This is going to be 1964, so a touch earlier as well. 15 bucks, Stephen Collins Foster, musician. And you have a guitarist there. And it looks like a very classic American home. We're going to save what I think is going to be the best for last, which is, well, I'll just tell you up front. There's an Augustus St. Gaudens coin engraver metal. That will be the last of this 21 coin series and mix. 1927 graded. No, I think there might be a 1923 like Danzig Golden that I have to check the eBay comps for, and I'll be back of them. Emma Willard, I think that's like a nice. There's a school in her name in New York. This is struck 1967. Looks like she would have been involved in teaching and science. Pioneer of in higher education for women. Interesting. And fun to have run many of those metals. I think I'll try one other one. And they're pretty worn. They're probably like $59 coins. Here's an Edwin Thomas Booth, 1893. To be or not to be. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'll keep an eye out. There's definitely over time I'll get some. I've been a little frustrated. I've been trying to reach out to NGC if they would let me grade more world coins with them. And I think they've been very slow in responding. I give them a lot of business on the ancient side, but man, the world department does a fantastic job, but has not been picking up my calls. So, hey, it is what it is, right? Here we've got a very nice relief as well. I think of God as the Father and Inspirer of the soul. Who's that going to be? William Henry Channing, theologian and clergyman. Very nice. What's going on, Sean? Hope you're doing well. That'll be a fun one to get shipped to you. Looks like Jane Addams, John Lothrop, a couple of others, but yeah, very nice metals here. Beautiful, Great Americans. This one is going to be Lothrop Motley. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting how there's always, evolution of grading services. Definitely happens over time. This one, I do want to just maybe get this collection all offered out and everything. This one will be the Willard. Oh, man. Excuse me, I rotated around some of my... Okay. One sec. I need to do a little bit of surgery on the coins that I sold. I was putting them in the wrong... I put 4 metals in the wrong bag. They're all off by 1, so I'm just going to sort those out really quick. Apologies. This will delay further. But keep thinking about the coins that you might like me to run, because we've got, as I said, a bunch of great ones. And we'll do, actually, as an apology, it will probably hurt because at 15 there's very little room. But as an apology, I'll run this next one I was going to do for a $13 start. Which may not even be profit level, but we'll run it for a $1 start. Emma Willard medal. This was struck at the Medallic Art Co. in 1967. There's a school named after Emma Willard these days. I think it's a fairly nice prep school. And so, dang, that one will certainly be a, well, I guess more of a thank you to the buyer. And then back to 15, and then we'll do that Augustus St. Gaudens. And then we can think about if there's more coins we want to run, or if we want to call it for this evening. This one is going to be a really cool type in terms of the design. It is a Hall of Fame for Great Americans, Jane Addams. And then we'll be going to the, I think, much look forward to Augustus St. Gaudens medal. Probably to close out this show. I'm pretty tired. Unless there's any burning... the Anonymous Republic MJ. Sorry, I actually have to offer you some coins because I know you're here late, and it'll also be good reward because there may not be as much in the way of people jumping in to compete. Augustus St. Gaudens, the famous engraver. What's on the reverse of this guy? We got to do a $1 start. Oh, interesting. A portrait of him chiseling a sculpture and statue, but he's the guy who came up with the our double eagle, our so famous St. Gaudens 20. Beautiful medal. This one, 1970 dated, coin hunter in the lead. Great way to memorialize him. Say that you own a big piece of St. Gaudens numismatic history without having to pay whatever, $5,000 for near an ounce of gold. Let's do that anonymous one. I've been requesting the choice. I think I said the choice fines were like $149, but they might be able to do a little bit of a late night discount. Let's see, 104. No, choice fine, yeah, maybe 139. Let me look for it here. Excuse me, might take me a bit. Real pretty. Good looking coin. 139. Very nice Roman Republican. Fantastic quadriga look. Beautiful. Blaney leading. That one will go to Blaney. Cool. I think that about does it. Why don't we... These sometimes get real hot. We can try some... Oh, maybe I didn't even upload them. Looks like I did upload this one. $1 start. Yeah, I think that they're good. I mean, I feel like it's been something fun to do at night. I'm also like extremely tired. I think I'm going to try to sleep in tomorrow. I guess there is a show scheduled for tomorrow. I think I might push it to Sunday, though. I think it's a little too much for me to get one done tomorrow. I think we'll get one, next Sunday, and then I think I'll be in a more regular schedule with the guys who, work with me full time. We normally just do Tuesday, Thursday, and then one on the weekend by me. Nice one for Jesse there. yeah, I mean, I've really thinned out some of the coins. Maybe I will do one. Maybe I'll crazily be on tomorrow, but I'll be a little insane if I get on and run because, you know, I'll basically see what my friend asks, what he's thinking in terms of his availability to pack the shows, and help me out because I work a job from like 8:30 to 6 that I've done every day this week. So, and a show every day of the week. So it's been active. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great evening. We will find somebody to raid. I'm curious who's even on at this point. Go say hi to DR.